Iowa Western Community College looks to defend its title and win a second consecutive national championship. But standing in their way is the top contender, Monroe College. It's the top-seeded Reavers and second-seeded Mustangs next. And welcome to Eastern Florida State College. I'm Kelly Neff, and tonight, as you just heard, it's Iowa Western against Monroe in the national championship game. Joining me is Derek Backman, former pro soccer player. Welcome to the broadcast. And we've got ourselves a good night here tonight as these two teams do battle. How are they feeling right now? Butterflies in the stomach?
Yes, definitely. Lots of nerves in the stomach, but once the first ball gets kicked and played and you get into the first minute or two, it'll all go away.
After that point, it'll just be like a regular game to them, won't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Once they play their first great pass or have a first great tackle, it'll all change.
Well, the #1 seed against #2, the seeding committee did a pretty good job, didn't they, Coach?
Yeah, it doesn't normally work out that way, but it certainly does. The two contrasting styles are going to be exciting to see. The power of Monroe versus a possession style from Iowa is going to be fun to see how it turns out.
And you see the two teams out there right now in the blue and the white, as we are about ready to go for the national championship game tonight on a windy, blustery night in Melbourne, Florida. I'm Kelly Neff. You're watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championships, streamed live on NJCAA TV.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament. Titan Madness was in the air as the annual event launched the 2014-15 season for the Titans basketball team. First, it was nothing but net for the men and women sharpshooters as they showed off their long-range prowess in the three-point shootout. Then the Titans took to the court to face off in the co-ed scrimmage. Finally, the high-flying Titans dazzled the crowd with gravity-defying jams in the crowd-favorite dunk contest. This year, the talented men's team looks to continue its success and take it even further with 2-time reigning Southern Conference Coach of the Year, Jeremy Schulman. Coach Jim Grimes leads a much improved Lady Titans team as they look to do some serious damage in the Southern Conference. Admission is free to the Titans games, so check the schedule for the next home game and come out and support your Titans.
Welcome back to Titan Soccer Complex in Melbourne, Florida for the 2014 NJCAA National Championship game. Let's take a quick look at what happened in the semifinals last night, getting us to tonight's matchup. In the first game, the top-seeded Reavers from Iowa took on the number 5-seeded Navarro Bulldogs from Texas in a rematch of last year's championship game. It was a grudge match early on, and the teams played a scoreless first half. Early in the second half, it looked like Navarro would score first as Trudy Carter fed teammate Shelby Evans, who hit the crossbar. Finally, in the 52nd minute, Iowa Western broke through as Celia Jimenez tapped in the first goal and the Reavers were on their way. That goal seemed to take away Navarro's energy, and 6 minutes later, Brianna Richards scored. And with 9 seconds left, Nicole Gowans added a third goal, taking Coach Brad Sylvie's team to his second consecutive championship game.
It was a nail-biter for sure, especially that first half. It was just two really good teams going nose to nose. You know, they pressed their game plan on us for a bit. We pressed ours on theirs. And I told my team at halftime, I said, this is a deadlock game. It's going to take one of two things. It's either going to take a little bit more will from our side to get the win, or it's going to take a special player stepping up and changing the outcome of this game. And we had some special players step up.
In the second game, the Monroe College Mustangs took on the number 3 seeded Eastern Florida State College Titans. It was tight and tough the whole game. It looked like Monroe would take a lead midway through the first half, but Titans midfielder Kayla Henson was at the right place at the right time. A defensive game, this one would come down to penalty kicks. Monroe's Melanie Formosa would convert on her kick, but Eastern Florida's Mariah Lewis would miss, and the Mustangs took a 1-0 lead. With Monroe leading 4-2, the Titans' Abby Carmargo would need to convert to keep the Titans alive. But her attempt was blocked, propelling the Mustangs to the national championship.
In my opinion, this was the best team that we've seen all season long. They were fantastic. And their home crowd, their stadium, we knew it would be a battle, and I challenged the team to be up for it, and man, were they up for it. I'm so proud of them. I can't, there's nothing else I could say, but I'm so proud.
And we're going to have the starting lineups next. You're watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championships, streamed live on NJCAA TV.
At Eastern Florida, I found the advantage I need and the support I want to build my future. Close, affordable, flexible programs leading me to a great job.
Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs this fall in today's fastest growing job fields of computer information technologies, healthcare, and business.
My opportunities are endless once I get my degree.
At Eastern Florida State College, apply today. For new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today.
Welcome back once again to Eastern Florida State College. I'm Kelly Neff with the two teams ready to go. The starting lineups tonight. People to watch, actually, the number 2 player for Iowa Western. That is Celia Jimenez, and how she matches up against number 4 from Monroe. That's Lorina White. Those are the two really to watch. There are other people that we'll talk about. Coaches Brad Sylvie for Iowa Western in his 6th season, and Monroe coach Jonathan Garber in his 3rd season. You see him there on the screen. The referees for tonight, you have Larry Pashon, Lance Van Heetsma, Karen Swanner. Those are the 3 referees. We do have the alternate, Christine Spradlin. I think we're about ready to go as the two teams are out there. They're ready to go. So are we. Kelly Neff along with Derek Backman, and they are starting right away. And going from our right to our left, those are the defending national champions, the team in white from Iowa Western. The Reavers, Oh, Coach, we'll give you a minute here, Derek, to figure out what kind of offenses they're running. Then you can kind of dissect what's going on out there.
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think looking at the way Iowa are setting up, they are going to try and definitely spread Monroe as wide as they possibly can and play more of a possession style than Monroe did last night, but we will just see how the game progresses.
Here's Gowans, another one to watch. He's number 4. Might be kind of hard to see their numbers with the stripes on their uniforms, but Iowa Western mounting an attack to the far side. Getting the ball just to the right of the box, fighting for it on the far sideline. Iowa Western is keeping the ball away, playing good possession soccer right here. There's a pass to the far side. They have good footwork. I mean, we showed that. They're very precise, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Iowa, like I said, they like to play a possession style, and you can see where this outside player is playing very, very wide on the line. What that does is it creates space in the central area of the field for players to penetrate through those areas.
Carol Rodriguez steals the ball, then it gets kicked away. Go ahead.
So it is going to be interesting to see how Monroe handle that possession style, because the more the other team holds the ball and makes you run, the harder it is to get into your rhythm and into your game. So it's going to be an exciting matchup.
High kick goes actually straight up, doesn't go anywhere. Iowa Western trying to center the ball and get a good shot off, but the ball's taken away. Here comes Capriello. Braga will get the ball near side, but it'll be out of bounds. Another windy night, stiff wind blowing from the east to the west across the field, so neither team is actually kicking into the wind.
You know, the good thing, Kelly, is that this field is in immaculate shape, and for teams to be able to play a passing style on it really suits them. That's why I think maybe Iowa will be a little more comfortable, but this field is in phenomenal shape, and the weather's great too. So for the players that have been playing 4 games in 6-7 days, the weather has been kind to us.
Yes. Fans, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding the NJCAA by following us on Twitter at NJCAA. As once again, Iowa Western controls it. Yeah, with all the rain they've had there, it's really amazing. There's no puddles or anything out there. Hey, they got an attack going here. Coming on near side, Iowa Western. That is Christine Reynolds. Leaves it back there for Jimenez. Jimenez, you'll find, Coach, we watched last night that they're just she's all over the place. Everywhere the ball is, that's where she is.
Yeah, well, you're expecting your left back to get up and down the full length of the field. The modern day left back these days is certainly more attacking minded, especially in a possession style. So she is expected to get up and down.
Far side, Rivera. Rivera loses control of the ball. Just underway, the NJCAA National Championship game. A lot of these players out here for Iowa Western, of course, were right on this field last year, playing for the National Championship and winning it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will remember that and try and repeat.
Well, Navarro was the team last year, and of course they eliminated them last night. Meanwhile, Monroe needed some extra time. They played 2 10-minute periods, some extra periods. Collision just outside of the circle. Here come the Mustangs. Mustangs on the attack. And far side, they're going to get a shot off, and it's going to sail and hit the crossbar and bounce off.
And that's what you get, Kelly, when you get players in wide positions like we just saw there. You are going to have chances created from balls being played into the box from outside, so then you got to get numbers in the box.
You got to watch out for a crosswind. It could die at any minute. You never know what Mother Nature's going to do. So if you're the keeper and the ball's coming across, it could die and bring that ball to a steady stop, and you could be in trouble. So you got to stay with it.
Yeah, definitely. When the wind's strong, you have to make sure you keep your eye on the ball because it can move.
There's Lorina White. She's number 4 right there at midfield. A little bit of a pass to the Iowa Western team. Iowa Western at 21-0-1. Mustangs at 17-1-1. They did play each other earlier. And Iowa Western was the winner that, you know, way at the start of the season, way back in September. Ball near side, kicked away.
And Kelly, it's interesting to see how many times Lorina White's going to come forward during the game, because she did have some forays forward in last night's game, which brings twofold. One, it's risky by coming out of the central defense position, and number two, it can also add a lot to your attack, because she drives forward with a lot of power, and she glides by people. And if she can just find an outlet pass or get close enough for a shot, she can be very dangerous.
It's been almost all Iowa Western so far. And it's in their half of the field still.
Yeah, and I think what you'll see, Kelly, is large portions of the game where Iowa Western will hold possession of the ball. Now, that's a good thing, but it doesn't always mean that it's a guaranteed win. So the longer you hold possession, the more control you have of the game, but that doesn't mean that you are effective. So if you look at last night's game, it was very, very clear.
Well, that time it was Braga, who just didn't have the speed to keep up with that, and is kicked out of bounds. Defensively, sometimes that's about all you can do. Again, don't have time to steal the ball, you just have time to kick it away and let everything reset. Kalineth along with Derek Beckman, former member of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. You still play a little bit, Coach?
Yeah, I still play a little in the Sunday leagues.
Yeah. Get out there and get the old knees scraped and the aches and pains the rest of Sunday, huh?
Yeah, now just try and use my experience and sit in the middle of the park and kind of direct traffic a little bit. Not as much running as before.
Ball near side, the toss in. Rodriguez gets it tipped away again. That Rodriguez, you saw, she's their leading scorer, number 99. But she's had a week to forget, except team-wise. I mean, obviously, if she's a straight team player, she'll be happy that they're here, but not happy with her not being able to score or even get any very decent shots off this week.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem, because if you saw last night's game, they didn't have a lot of scoring opportunities. They didn't create enough. And when you're a striker like she is, you need service. And if you don't get the service, you don't get the chances to score goals. And I think that's been the letdown.
Mendez, and the ball's headed out. Defensive play made by Iowa Western. Coach Brad Sylvie's team. The most amazing stat I've seen all week, Coach, is this Iowa Western team has scored 110 goals and given up 4 all year. 4 goals. They've played 22 games.
That is a phenomenal record. As far as the competition goes, it depends on the style of play, but just alone to score 104 goals is phenomenal.
And of course, they've had all shutouts here at the tournament, so is Monroe for that matter. And last night goes as a shutout because they played the 90 minutes, then an extra 20 minutes. So they had a marathon session last night, did this team in blue.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be an important factor as the game progresses, because the amount of games these two teams have played and the amount of running that they've done with limited substitution, I think that as the game progresses, we're going to see either some errors, or when you have to bring in subs, that can change the game too.
Well, there's another corner kick coming up for the Mustangs. And watch out, she'll be kicking into a stiff wind. And taking that into consideration. Ball headed, but stopped right there. That's a nice stop by the goalkeeper. That's Haley Johnson.
Yes, fantastic reflex save. Great header there. Normally you want to try and whip those crosses in, those corner kicks in with a little more pace, but that one kind of hung up in the wind, and she got a great header on that.
Ball being played by Monroe. They're trying to mount the attack again. We have our first real big shot on goal. Ball near side to Mendez.
Yeah, and what you'll see is Monroe will play for those corner kicks and set pieces and free kicks around the box.
And we're going to get a replay of that miss, and you'll see exactly how the goalkeeper reacted.
So you can see the ball coming right over, and as she elevates in the air and gets good power behind it and generates power from her hips and heads the ball down, which is the right thing to do, and a very good reflex save from the keeper.
Johnson just barely getting a hand on it. 2 hands, actually. Ball played in. There's a kick, and coming out is Johnson to grab this one and bring it back into play. Once again, it's going to be Iowa Western's ball. Well, the first couple minutes, Derek, it was all Iowa Western. Last couple minutes, it's been all Monroe. Holy cow, out of bounds it goes. I want to remind you that Baden Sports is proud to be the official soccer ball of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Baden's Perfection Elite Soccer Ball is designed with the athlete in mind. Authentic, innovative, Baden shares your passion for a better game.
So Kelly, you see the tackle there from Braga on this end line over here. Very, very strong tackle. These players are not afraid to get stuck in and be committed to the challenge, and we like to see that, especially in a final.
Celia Jimenez loses control of it, but they get her right back in. Last year she scored 21 goals and 11 assists and was tied with Brianne Richards for the most points on the team with 53. They are kind of an offensive team that, well, obviously plays defense too. Ball in midfield. The team in blue, Monroe, the number 2 seed, and it goes out of bounds again.
Yeah, and this is what I kept seeing in last night's game from Monroe's attack, is they will move the ball fairly well until the final third, and then they kind of run out of ideas as they get to the final third. And I'd like to see them just combine a little bit more, playing the ball to feet, and draw out the defense just a little bit quicker.
Trip by Christine Reynolds. We have a lot of players from Utah. Coach has a big pipeline to Utah, Coach Sylvie, and she's one of them. Kick just in front of us. You can see the uniforms kind of fluttering in the breeze, so you know it's a pretty heavy wind that they're contending with tonight. It's a good kick. Ball headed into the box and kicked right back out again. Nope, they keep it alive, and then it's kicked out.
Very good defending there. As that ball gets played in and the striker rises and flicks it on, you have other players coming in behind her for the second ball. Defenders have to be very, very careful and make sure they stay with those runners, otherwise they free in on goal.
Kimberly Salas, a little quick on the draw. Now she'll play the ball in. Right on the near side. Gets the ball to the baseline, where it's kicked right back out so they can get things set up. Keeping it up, it's going to go out. It'll be played into Iowa Western. Coach Sylvie's team. Coach Sylvie, as we mentioned, his 6th season at Iowa Western. He was a member of their first men's soccer team at that school, as a matter of fact. He was all region first team in both 2004, 2005.
Yeah, and Kelly, I talked to him before the game, and he mentioned that I asked him what were his key success motives for the season, and he basically said just the togetherness of the team, the hard work, the commitment, and to repeat here today would be a huge success for them.
And the team from Council Bluffs, Iowa, right down there in the southwest corner. Actually, a lot of people, well, at least the Nebraska people, call it a suburb of Omaha. The Iowa people call Omaha a suburb of Council Bluffs. So you take it one way or the other. They got a pretty good size team. A lot of community pride down there. Ball in the backfield. It's just taken once again by Jimenez. She's from Spain. They play a little different kind of ball over there, don't they?
Yeah, well, the style you can tell suits her, because in Spain they like to keep the ball on the ground. They like to play short possession style passing, and you can see she fits into the system well.
Here's Formosa on the header. Ball near side as they keep it from going out of bounds on the near side. And here come the blue-clad Monroe Mustangs of Coach Jonathan Garber. Garber's team surviving penalty kicks. Made all 4 of theirs last night. Didn't even have a chance to get a 5th one.
Yeah, that was a very, very exciting one. Anytime you win on PKs, it is exciting. It's not the best way to win, because as a player you always want to win in regulation, but a win is a win, and when you go to a final, you'll take it any day.
Well, of course, you play the 90 minutes, then you add another 20 minutes on top of it, and you've got a 2-hour game. There's the kick. They got to keep from being offside. Ball comes to Jimenez, and Jimenez has it kicked away. I like the way Jimenez kind of looks over her shoulder, and I don't know if she gives a little nod or something to somebody, but they always seem to be able to find her. Ball near side. Played into the corner. Iowa Western in the white. And the ball is kicked out of bounds near side again. Baden Sports is proud to be the official soccer ball of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Baden's Perfection Elite Soccer Ball is designed with the athlete in mind. Authentic, innovative. Baden shares your passion for a better game. Inbounds as our cameras pick the ball right back out of bounds again. Nice facility here. We wouldn't get a chance, well, during the daytime you could probably see around the perimeter with all the changes that they're making here in the athletic complex. State high school championships played here as well. You don't even see, all this play, you don't even see divots out there. All these games all week. There's 15 games played this week.
Very, very surprised. The field is, as I said, is in phenomenal shape, and for all the rain that we've had, it's really held up well.
Salas plays the ball in. A little ricochet. Here's up. There was going to be an attack by Crane, but she loses control of the ball. All far side.
And there's another crunching tackle. As I said, the commitment here from these players is phenomenal.
And a nice save there as Braga tried to hit a teammate, but couldn't quite get it there, and the goalkeeper, Haley Johnson, picks it up. Johnson to kick the ball away, all the way to midfield. Iowa Western trying to mount an attack, but there's Kimberly Salas on the kick. Salas at midfield. Nicole Gowans, one of those young ladies from Orem, Utah. Must play some pretty good high school soccer in Utah if they get so many players to come and form a national championship caliber team.
Yep, that's credit to the youth programs and to recruiting as well.
Here with the ball, this is Monroe. Iowa Western, Derek, is the defending national champions and seeded #1 and undefeated, but spending the whole week here, heard a lot of people talking. A lot of people think this Monroe team might be a little bit better. What have you seen so far by comparison here?
Well, what I've seen is the Iowa team are by far more comfortable on the ball. As I mentioned earlier, Monroe are trying to move the ball 2, 3, 4 passes. When they get towards the final third, they seem to run out of ideas. But as you saw just a few moments ago, number 4, she was wandering forward, trying to make that powering run forward, but she got blocked out in the midfield and had to retreat.
Lorina White seems to do a lot for this team. She's all over the place, just like Jimenez is for Iowa Western. The Reavers, if you're wondering, a Reaver is a river pirate. Must be pretty prominent in the Missouri River. That's right, goes right by Omaha. Ball on their side. Jimenez has it kicked away. No score up there on the board. We're at about the 27-minute mark of half #1. Had those penalty kicks last night. Of course, in pool play, you don't have those penalty kicks, so we didn't have any overtimes at all during the season. There's a shot high and wide. That's about their first real big shot, isn't it? Or did they have another one earlier?
No, I think that's important when you get in range to shoot. Obviously, getting it on target is the goal, but sometimes when there's numerous players in front of you, it can get skied over the top.
Getting on target is the goal, and getting on goal is the target. Either
well
way you
put,
look
Kelly.
at it.
Well put.
Thank you very much. That's probably my highlight for the night. So you can put that in your back pockets. There might not be any more. Ball at midfield. Here comes Monroe. Monroe trying to generate more offense as they get the ball near side, but it's kicked out by Jimenez. Right to midfield and kept alive and off of Iowa Western and out of play. Coach Sylvie with 14 All-Americans and 18 academic All-Americans during his short stint at Iowa Western. Apparently knows the recruiting path. He knows how to get those girls who can stay eligible.
Yeah, that's important. When you go to college, it's twofold. It's not just about playing soccer. So you got to get the grades, and you got to keep them in the program.
Ball into the box, but taken up by Johnson. These girls had to bring the school books with them. So the Florida weather was not conducive to spending a lot of time at the beach. You probably spent a lot of time doing their studying. Ball
well, with that many games, I don't think they had too much time for the beach anyway.
Everybody had Thursday off. By then we had, 8 of the 12 teams that were eliminated already. Far side, Coach Sylvie's team, who averages a shade over 5 goals a game. And you can figure out their goals against. Figure it out yourself. 22 games, only 4 goals given up. So obviously there's not very high of a goals against average for them.
And I think what that is, Kelly, is that is attributed to when they have the ball, like they do now. They move it well, but as soon as they lose the ball, they all just regress back as quick as possible, and they collapse to the center of the field and make the other team go around them. And the quicker you can do that defensively, the quicker you can snub out those counterattacks.
Monroe from New York. Actually, they have campuses in the Bronx, the Queens, and New Rochelle. So these New Yorkers come down here to Florida. Incidentally, it's warmer here than it is in New York tonight. New Rochelle is 41 degrees. It's 72 here. And it's 55 degrees in Council Bluffs. So the fans that are here are happy that they're getting a little bit warmer weather than they get back home. Ball back out of bounds, far side. Geldeneff along with Derek Backman. The old Rowdies, they were a kick in the grass, weren't they?
Yes, they were, and they still are.
All the Rowdies get together every so often, do they?
Yep, we do alumni games every now and then, and we get all the old guys back and share some old stories. It's always a fun day.
You get better by the end of each alumni game, don't you? Or at least the past gets better.
Well, the stories get better.
Here's the ball played in by Tiffany Martinez. Martinez taking a nice long kick at it. Reavers with their own cheering section. They had a pretty good cheering section here all week long. Mustangs, not as many. Of course, the locals were here in mass last night from Eastern Florida State. Clock shows just under 23 minutes left to go in the first half. We're about midway through the first half. It's been a few shots on goal for each team, but nothing has gone in yet.
No, Kelly, and you'll see Iowa are happy to just keep the ball in the midfield and play 2, 3, 4, 5 passes in midfield. And having said that, Monroe are happy to have them do that because it's all in front of them. Nobody's getting into dangerous areas behind them. Nobody's breaking them down. And they're happy to just sit there and let them have the 10 passes. And as soon as Iowa lose it, then Monroe are going to try and attack. So Iowa have got to find a way to move that ball a little bit quicker and get players into the final third and into more space in the attacking areas to be able to break Monroe down. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a stalemate here tonight.
Here's Monroe on the move. Near side, it's Richards. Richards gets it in the corner. Richards stops it. Tries to bring it around the defenders. Got a couple people over on her. They're relentless, this Iowa Western. Here's a kick attempt, and coming out is Haley Johnson to pull it away.
See, that was a great cross. The ball's being curled back away from the goalie, so forwards can run in on an angle, and defenders have got to head out. And the goalie did a great job by coming out and just kind of cutting that out.
Women's Division I National Championship for the NJCAA. Geldeneff along with Derek Backman will crown a champion here in about an hour and a half. We'll fight forward, and we have a whistle. Ball will be played to Iowa Western. Oh, we figured it out. Coach Sylvie's team gives up 0.2 goals per game.
That is phenomenal.
Ball's played in. It's taken by Justine Birmingham. Birmingham, one of those subs. They'll use a good number of subs in the game to get some fresh legs, and it's nice when you're able to do that and you have the depth.
Yeah, and I think with as many games that they've played, some coaches don't like to, in big games, use a lot of their subs, but I think these coaches are going to have to be forced to use a few as the game goes on, because you'll maybe find some of these players cramping up later in the second half, or if it goes to extra time, you might see some fresh legs coming on.
Here's Salas. Salas with the ball. Coach says she has great flair and attitude with high game IQ and trickiness on the ball. I'll have to watch her and see if she has any tricks up her sleeve. Rodriguez centering it, but it's kicked away. When you talk about defense, you're not just talking about goalkeepers. Those people that play in front of the box or in the box that certainly helped the goalkeeper a lot. Ball at midfield, Iowa Western with it, being hounded over there by Gabriela Sosa. Ball near side, run after it, and they're going to bounce off of each other. Braga holds her hand up like she was whistled for a foul, you know, like they used to do in the old basketball games. But
no, that was just a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. The ball's running out. They both come in together, shoulder to shoulder. That's perfectly legal to lean in there and use your strength to try and knock them off the ball.
Kind of like
it was a good no call.
Kind of like American football, when the receiver and the defender are both going up for the ball at the same time. There's bound to be some contact. You know, just like
absolutely.
Right there, same thing. Steal by Katie Call. She had a yellow card last night, but she's out there playing right now. Ball near side, Reynolds. Reynolds will play it off to Kiona Christensen. Still at midfield. Christensen, a 4-year starter at Mountain View High School in Orem, Utah. And it goes right by everybody. And the ball will be played in by the Mustangs.
So Kelly, it's just that final ball. They get 4 or 5 passes in midfield, and then they get into that final third, and then it's just that last killer pass that needs to be on the money, at the right pace, on the right side of the player, for it to create a scoring opportunity. And when one of those elements go bad, it's no good.
There's White playing the ball in, but it's taken away by Jimenez. Jimenez to the far side, and the ball's kicked right back out by the keeper. So is it a case of confusion or just not being in the right position?
No, the goalkeeper just gave a weak goal kick straight to them, and they were out of shape in the back, and the ball got slipped through on the right side. Keeper did a great job by coming out and just closing the angle down.
18 minutes to go, first half. We do have a special guest coming up at halftime, and we invite you to stick around as we talk more soccer with Jeff Carr from Eastern Florida State College. So they're going to try and keep it in, but to no avail. Here's an opportunity right here as you watch the replay.
So what you see, they've lost the ball in the back. Player makes a great run through on the outside there, and the keeper just comes out and closes that angle down. And very, very brave from the keeper. Yeah, great save.
That was what you might call a little brassy. Ball near side, played in.
And the timing of that has to be perfect, because if she comes out too quickly and the player can nick around her, then she can either foul her and it's a PK, or the player's gone with an empty goal.
Or she can get a meg right through her legs.
That's true. You see that many times.
Ball near side. Here comes Iowa Western again. And the ball is kicked away and out of bounds. Monroe coming in here with just that one loss and, of course, the one tie. Mustangs finished 4th nationally 4 years ago. They were national runner-up 3 years ago. They're trying to take that extra step up to championship caliber. Well, they are championship caliber, but whether they bring the hardware home is another story.
Well, that's the difference. There's a lot of teams that can get there, and there's a lot of teams that can get there and win it, and that is the difference. That extra little bit of quality in and around the box, whether it be finishing, whether it be goalkeeping or defending, that little bit of extra can make a huge difference in the final.
Ball kicked right out of bounds again. This Iowa Western team trying to get the ball to the other end, and they just can't seem to do it. Now they're going to get possession of it. Ball will be played in and kicked right back out again. Not much going on down in that corner. Let's see what happens here. Mustangs of Coach Jonathan Garber has 3 assistants and a recruiting assistant. It's pretty crowded over on their bench. There's the young lady Crane. Gemma Crane's from England. One of their former or foreign players. You can have up to 4, but I think they only have 3. They have the 2 Brazilians and the one from England. Those 2 Brazilians are good though. Rodriguez. Oh, they actually have 3. Rodriguez, Sosa, and Braga. So they're at their limit.
Yeah, that's the Brazilian connection.
They've really got them. Meanwhile, the team from Iowa Western has 1 player from Colombia, and that's it. Everybody else is from the good old US of A. Only 2 of them right from Iowa, though. Good chunk of them from Utah and beyond. Ball played in far side. As you can see, under 15 minutes left to go. Ball in midfield. Back to the center circle.
See right there, if Rodriguez could have stole that ball right there, it would have been 2-on-2 in the back, and that's the time to counterattack. Like now, if she can just take her with some pace down the line.
Braga near side will lose control of it. Iowa Western obviously plays the good defense. The goalkeeper has given up just, well, this goalkeeper's only given up 3 goals all year and 0.26 goals against average. They do have one other goalkeeper that does play some. Here's Rodriguez's kick, but it doesn't get even to the box, and there's a collision on a kick, and here come the Reavers with it.
Yeah, it looks like she's in some pain. Looks like she caught the back of her studs.
That's Rodriguez down on the ground, isn't it? Is that
yes.
her? 99. Carol Rodriguez. Coach says her talent, along with her creativity and intelligence, make her a special part of this team. Well, fans, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding the NJCAA by following us on Twitter at NJCAA. Kelly Neff along with Derek Backman as we have a little break here. We kind of alluded to the fact that you played with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Here's her getting hurt. Let's see exactly what happened.
Yeah, you see her shooting the ball, and as she's following through, the defender just wins the ball just before she gets there, and they collide. It looks like she got the studs right on the ankle. That's painful.
Well, Derek, you're from South Africa, and you came to the United States. You came here to play pro soccer, right? Is that the reason why you came?
I came to college when I was 18. I came on scholarship to Lynn University down in Boca Raton.
And after that, you went right to the pros?
Yeah, from there I went to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and then I had a short stint with Fort Lauderdale Strikers for 1 season. But then I spent another 8 years with the Rowdies, and then on to MLS with the Tampa Bay Mutiny.
And you're actually team MVP, what, 1991, I think it was? Just
That's
before
correct.
they folded in 93. They got a new pro soccer team coming to Orlando. It's nice for Central Florida, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's phenomenal to see the growth of Major League Soccer over the last 15 years. When we first started out in 96, 97, 98, it was growing, and a lot of people were not sure how well it would do. But as you can tell now from the 19 teams we have, most of them have soccer-specific stadiums and true fan base. Fans, it is phenomenal to see with the big stars coming over from Europe as well, helping us out.
Well, it's nice to see Rodriguez getting up. She will limp off the field as you see some of the fans here enjoying themselves, all bundled up though because the wind's pretty stiff, coming directly at them from the east off of the Atlantic Ocean. Right here on what's called the Space Coast, a little bit south here is called the Treasure Coast. We're in the Space Coast with all the Kennedy Space Center and everything that's surrounding that right here. Ready to get it is Melanie Ryrie, young lady from Murray, Utah. As we have to wait for a keeper to come back out.
Well, everybody's just taking a little water break, having a little breather, just refocusing. Coaches trying to get a couple of words into some of the players on any important key things they've seen throughout the game. It's a good time to just get a word in here and there.
Haley Johnson plays it in. Tied a school record last year for shutouts and goals allowed. Well, I'm sure her record's probably been broken this year. They've had a whole ton of shutouts. Ball, oh, nice little move. Move on the far side. Iowa Western, though, they're going to lose control of the ball as here comes Gabriela Braga. But Braga loses control of the ball, and here come the Reavers. Reavers on the attack. This is Reynolds. Reynolds getting by people and tries to get through a defender or two and gets a little bit knocked down on the tackle.
See, now that's what you need. You need some players with individual ability to shift their weight and sidestep someone and penetrate into spaces. That draws defenders out of positions, and then you have players running into those areas. So that was a phenomenal move, and they kind of had to bring her down there Otherwise, she was going to be heading towards the box.
Christine Reynolds plays club soccer for Spring 95.
There it is.
There we go.
That was a great, great, quick little set piece. They set up. Monroe were trying to mark up players, and they were sleeping a little bit. And Iowa just took a quick little set piece there, and player running across the box there.
So number
and just
two,
sidestepping it in.
Celia gets the goal. Here it comes.
As you can see them taking just a quick free kick. Ford runs out there, and she just side foots it in the corner. Defense sleeping, not paying attention. That's just that focus we were talking about in the back.
So it's 1-0 Iowa Western. Well, that takes some of the big, gives them a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, and it came at a good time too, because they were holding the ball well, but not really being able to create any chances in that final third. And usually in big games, it takes a set piece to open things up a little bit.
Ball passed off now to Kiana Christensen. Goal coming in the 33rd minute of this game. Just 12.5 minutes left to go. Nice pass. Nice move by Bailey Clark, one of the reserves for Coach Brad Sylvie, but she can't keep it very long. Comes to Salas. Salas at midfield, and it's taken right away again. So 1-0. You can play with a little more ease. You can actually breathe now. You got your first goal.
Yeah, I think what's going through their minds right now is that breakthrough is very, very important. So for Iowa, they're going to have a little more confidence now, a little more, kick in their step, and hopefully that confidence will be able to get them on the ball a little bit more. As far as Monroe goes, now they got to dig deep, stay with the runners out of midfield, and make sure that they don't give up that second goal. These next 12 minutes here are going to be very, very important, that they don't give up anything more, so they can get in at halftime and the coach can settle them down a little bit and say, listen, it's 1-0, let's not worry about it, let's regroup and come out with a plan for the second half. So these next 12 minutes, they've got to hold it tight now and not give up any more goals.
Jean Charles on the kick. Of course, that first goal obviously is important to get yourself on the board, but that second goal, I mean, you're only down by 1, a goal ties it up. You get down by 2, and then all of a sudden it gets to be a big, big mountain to climb. Ball near side. There's Crane.
Yeah, and that's what Iowa did against Navarro, right? They went up 1-0, they scored a second goal pretty quickly, and then they managed the game very, very well after that. Kept the ball well, made the other team run, moved the ball side to side, and just frustrated them, and ended up getting a third goal.
There comes the pass near side as they move into the front court. Ball far side on the pass. Taken over there by Brienne Richards. Richards to the corner on the far side. And has it kicked away, and they'll play it back in again. The Women's National Championship. Clock showing 10.5 minutes left to go in the first half.
Monroe just having a little bit of trouble picking up that attacking center mid, who's just dropping off the last line of defense and into that space just in front of the 4 defenders of Monroe, and taking up that space. And when the ball gets played into her feet, she can turn and attack from there, and then the white players can make runs into the box. So Monroe got to find a way to pick her up.
Martinez, her coach, believes she could be one of the elite keepers in the nation. Burned on that last goal, the first goal of the game. And the way this Iowa Western team plays, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that it'll be the last goal of the game. Monroe, of course, a very talented team that is not used to having goals scored against them. They're going to try and get something going here at midfield. And they can't quite get the position on it. It'll be Iowa Western again. Iowa Western progressing the ball across the line. Reynolds from Pleasant Grove, Utah. Leaves it right there. Nice boots, nice little blue boots there for Christensen.
Well, you can see she's very comfortable on the ball, even in tight spaces. She's rolling the ball back and forth under her feet. Very, very comfortable, and it looks like a lot of these Iowa players are very comfortable on the ball. And when you have numerous players like that on the field at the same time, you have a lot of creativity involved, and good things can happen.
Not just comfortable, but confident. Confident with the ball.
Yes, when you're playing with confidence, it's a huge difference versus playing nervous or scared.
You know, when you take a look at this Iowa Western team, you know, the sophomores that are on this team were members of a national championship last year, and the freshmen on this team have not tasted defeat yet in their collegiate career. I guess that builds a lot of confidence. It certainly would in me.
Yeah, and when I spoke to Coach before the game, I actually asked him that question about the new players coming in. When you've won a national championship and you got new players coming in, how does that roll with the new players? And he said the leadership that the older players have, there was no excuses. Everybody worked hard, and that's why they are back in the final today.
Kick wide left. You seem to need to get a good mix of freshmen and sophomores at this level so that you don't lose everybody at one graduation and have to rebuild the entire team. We'll take a look at Eastern Florida State. They're going to run into that problem next year. They only had 4 sophomores on their entire roster this year, so next year at this time there'll be a lot of seniors or a lot of sophomores playing their final game.
Yeah, it's definitely harder when you have to recruit that quick when you're losing players after the second year.
Sosa making a little tumble or getting tackled. Now she's going to need a little help to get up. Kathleen Sosa.
Well,
as she went down hard, we'll take a look at her right here.
Yeah, she's just reaching in and a little bit from behind, and kind of swiped out the legs out from under her. She fell hard.
No malicious intent, so there's no yellow card.
I've seen yellow cards given for that for sure, because it was from behind, but the ref's being kind tonight.
There's an opportunity to score, but it's headed to the right. And back out for Iowa Western.
Those are the type of set pieces that I see Monroe capitalizing on tonight, with the long ball played in, getting the big players in there, winning the ball in the air, and then the other players just kind of sniffing around the box there for a second ball to finish.
Well, we're ready for a corner kick. Doing the honors will be Samantha Mendez from Coconut Creek, Florida. One of the local girls that got away. There's the kick. It's placed well, but the goalkeeper's going to go high and get it.
See, and any time that you float the ball in that high, the goalie has an advantage with the hands. It's really going to come and get that. You really got to try bend it and whip it in away from the goalie, so she has no time to come out underneath it.
Haley Johnson kind of looked like she might have been a volleyball middle blocker when she was younger. The way she got up on that one. Ball kicked out of bounds. Monroe will play it in. Here's the corner kick.
And you can see the ball being floated and held up in the air, and she comes out strong. Nobody's challenging her. Easy catch for a goalie at this level.
The taller the goalie, the better in your eyes?
Certainly can cover more of the goal, and certainly can reach higher on crosses. But obviously low, hard reflex saves are a lot harder for them.
Trying to gain control. Here comes Monroe. Monroe with the ball. They don't have a whole lot of help ahead of them, and the ball's taken away. 1-0 on the goal by Celia Jimenez in the 33rd minute for Iowa Western. Iowa Western trying to get some more offense going. As you can hear their fans just in front of the press box whooping it up, having a fun old time in the Sunshine State.
And you see that Jimenez started on the left-hand side in the game, and then ended up going to the right-hand side and making that diagonal run across for the goal. So it just shows you players are comfortable playing in different positions. That's important for a coach. Nice tools to have.
Bailey Clark has the ball taken away by Sosa. Sosa, one of those Brazilian players that we were talking about earlier. Ball far side now to Braga. Braga with some defenders right there, fighting, finally clearing the ball. But it's taken by Clark again. Yeah, kicked right back out there. Here comes Iowa Western's defense trying to steal the ball right back again. Iowa Western, the team in white. Ball kicked and headed right back out. Kind of looks like a volleyball action right there. Here's the ball taken right back again. Mendez loses control. Here comes Iowa Western. Got the pass off. Far side, there's a nice pass to the near side. Ball in the box, but nobody's there.
See, everything just narrowed up there. They got nobody in wide positions. None of the fullbacks from Iowa are getting forward there. The left and right back, none of them are getting forward to be able to release that pressure from the middle to the outside and get into the next phase. So it just kind of fizzles out there with those two big, strong center backs there winning the ball.
Iowa Western beat Iowa Central 3-0 in the Regional 11 Championship, so even that was a shutout. I don't think they've been scored upon since Moses was a baby. It's been so long. They haven't been scored on.
That's a long time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they had a 2-1 game earlier. They had coming into the tournament with 3 goals, but I'll tell you, they haven't given up a whole lot. 4 goals all season long. Ball far side, kicked away, and it'll be taken away by Monroe. Yeah, they did have a 2-1 game earlier this week. Ball on their side and kicked out. Boy, if they didn't get that one, that was a possibility of a goal there for Monroe. Getting some position there was Gemma Crane, but she wasn't able to get the ball.
Yeah, but the pace of the ball just isn't right. The run isn't timed well. The defender's reading it, and she cuts it out as soon as it's played. That ball either needs to get played to her feet on the ground or over the top into the space that she can run onto.
Here's the ball put into play from the center circle. And now to the left of the box. Fight forward, goes far side, not out of bounds. Just 2.5 minutes left to go. We're in the first half. Iowa Western with that 1-0 lead.
But now you see, Kelly, Monroe are finally attacking, and they've got 4 players sitting all the way back, and Iowa only has 1 forward. They can release 1 or 2 of those players forward and take a little bit of a risk here. I know there's only a couple minutes left in the half, but you know, you got 1 play in the box when that cross comes in. It's just not enough. You need 2 or 3 players in that box.
And with the clock showing just 2 minutes left to go, Iowa Western, the high kick right to midfield. Near side, here come the Reavers. But they have not a good pass, and they come back to the other side of the center line.
Iowa just going to keep the ball here and just try and hold it, see out the half if they can. If they see an opportunity to attack, they will. Otherwise, they're just going to keep it and go back or go wide.
And they're going wide this time to the far side, just in front of the Monroe bench. 1.5 minutes left to go. They have the 1 goal. They got in the lead. Now they're on the move again. And I thought I saw an offside call, but nope. Be played into the center circle. Monroe trying to generate some offense in these final few seconds of the first half, but it doesn't look as though they're going to get an opportunity. Iowa Western though has the ball. They come back to get it and kick it wide.
Oh, if she had just played that ball a little more in front of Richards, she was in, because the Monroe defense was pushed up a little bit, and that square ball, she would not have been off sides. She would have been in on goal.
As you can see, the young man, Jonathan Garber, head coach for the Mustangs. Or I'm sorry, that's Brad Sylvie for Iowa Western. Watching his team with the 1-0 lead as we get into the final 30 seconds of this game. Oh, he's looking at the notes, making sure he knows exactly what to talk about at halftime to get this team a second opportunity to score. The center circle, ball near side, still has some time to score if they can get a quick shot off, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to, as the ball is tipped away. And it's cleared, and we are at halftime. A goal by Celia Jimenez in the 33rd minute, and that's going to stand up as we are at halftime. Kelvin F. along with Derek Beckman. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship streamed live on NJCAA TV. Back in a moment.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament.
For new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today. Look to the east to what lies ahead at Eastern Florida State College. Great careers in today's fastest growing job fields of business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs this fall. Eastern Florida. Explore. Achieve. Succeed. Apply today.
A goal in the 33rd minute for Celia Jimenez. It's 1-0 Iowa Western. Derek Beckman, what'd you see? Pretty hard played first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You can see the players are all committed. They want to be here. They want to win. The difference right now is the quality between the two teams. Iowa just got that little more quality on the ball, and Monroe are having trouble dealing with that extra play in midfield. But some set pieces or a couple of long balls over the top could help Monroe out here in the second half and get them level.
Well, Monroe had some shots, and we're going to take a look at 3 of them. They had opportunities here to score. Here's the one that hits the upper post.
Yeah, the wind just carries that up and over. The goalie didn't seem troubled at all.
Here comes a goalkeeper save from the left side. Nice. Oh, that's an excellent save.
Great generation of power from the header.
And here's one that's going to be taken away. Now we did have 1 goal, and here it is.
Here's the free kick. She's just playing it right into the space that was vacated by other players, and defenders are sleeping, and she just sneaks right in there and wins it.
So what do you think the key was, Coach? I mean, good defense, obviously, but is it more of a lack of offense on Monroe's part, or just good defense on Iowa Western?
I think it's more of a lack of offense from Monroe. They've got to find a way to get more players forward, where they'd be, if they want to play a long ball, they've got to be able to get more players up into that area.
Okay. Well, you are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship, streamed live on NJCAA TV. I'm Kelvin F. We're going to talk to Jeff Carr in just a couple of minutes. He's the coach of Eastern Florida State's team, which was defeated last night. We'll talk to him a little bit about that right after we return.
On August 27th, the Eastern Florida State College men's golf team held their 2014 Fall Media Day. Head coach Jamie Howell hopes to lead the Titans to their 13th straight national tournament.
Now, this is a talented bunch, probably a little deeper at the top end than last year, my 1, 2, 3, and 4 this year. We just met last week, and the one expectation I expected of them was to be professional at every step we took this year. You know, from the time they're on campus, they come to our training facility, the tournaments we go to. The big idea being, let the results take care of themselves. I think our expectations will be in the background if we do that. If we put those expectations first, that might get in the way of our performance.
I feel like this team has far more capability than the team last year. I feel like we all push each other more than we did last year. And I feel like this team has unlimited potential.
I'm going out there every day to get better. If I hit a bad shot, learn from it. Great, it's over with. The hard thing is, though, is you got to realize it's not the end of the world. You hit a bad shot, you put it in the water, you make a triple bogey, you make a double bogey, everybody's going to have them. The best in the world have them. It's how you can pick yourself up and say, I got it this time, or I got it next time, and how you can mentally improve yourself every other day or every day to get better and get over that.
Golf's a sport where one day you can be on, one day you can be off. Any given day at this level, any team can beat anybody. So if we prepare well and play our best, then I think we'll have a good chance of doing well in every tournament. This school has a great history with golf. Winning 7 national championships is a great record, and it's been a while since we've had our last one. But being a part of this team and this class coming in, the sophomores coming back, I think it'll be a fun year.
For new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today.
Iowa Western leading 1-0 at halftime against Monroe. Jeff Carr has joined us, who's the Associate VP and is also the women's soccer coach here at Eastern Florida after last night's penalty kick loss to this Monroe team. It's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it, Coach?
It is. It's actually, I think, the first time I've ever lost in a PK in 25 years of coaching. So
wow.
I'll get over it. Not today, though.
In fact, you'll probably hang on to it longer than the players.
I probably will. Actually, after the game last night, the lights were still on. I was still sitting here for a little while before I could actually turn the lights off.
Well, you get to showcase your whole facility here. Here comes 11 other teams from across the nation, and except for a couple of days when it rained, it was pretty good, huh?
Absolutely, and we have an unbelievable facility thanks to Dr. Jim Ritchie and the Board of Trustees, and the money we put into this, the commitment we have to athletics, and this fine soccer facility we have.
Well, what are you hearing from fans? There's been a pretty good fan base here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for our games, we had an unbelievable turnout, a lot of support. The men's soccer team was here, but plus all our athletic teams were here. So we've had huge support, and even from the community and clubs and high school teams that came this week.
What's the benefits to the entire general area, soccer-wise, I'm saying?
Well, Brevard County is unbelievable soccer hotbed. Mel High boys and girls won it this past year. Merritt Island High School boys won it this past year, and then Merritt Island girls were in the state tournament as well. So rich history of soccer in this area, and I have 7 of those local girls on my team.
You recruit locally pretty good and pretty successfully, too.
Yes, definitely. This is our 5th year to have a program, and it's gotten easier every year to get the local players. Before, our first year was very difficult. We were unknown to them and how good we would be, but now, we get some of the better players to come to us.
And some of the better facilities anywhere. You've got the tournament again, what, for 2 more years?
We have it for 2 more years here, so yeah, we're really excited about that. Plus, we're hosting the high school state championships here in February for the 2nd year in a row.
Being in charge of part of the athletic department as you are and coaching, it's double duties this week. You're probably going to have to take a week off.
I'm looking forward to this tournament being done tonight. I do need some rest. I'm a little worn out this week.
Tell us real quickly about some of the things that are going on around the field here, the new fields.
Well, we have, we're renovating our baseball field right now. That'll be done January 15th. We're building 8 lighted tennis courts just to the north of the soccer stadium. Those will be done January 5th, so we're really excited about that. And then long range, next year we're going to have the softball field built on our campus as well, so we're excited.
All right, Jeff, thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you.
We'll look forward again next year.
All right, thank you.
You bet. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championships streamed live here on NJCAA TV. I'm Kelly Neff, and we will be right back.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament. Titan Madness was in the air as the annual event launched the 2014-15 season for the Titans basketball team. First, it was nothing but net for the men and women sharpshooters as they showed off their long-range prowess in the three-point shootout. Then the Titans took to the court to face off in the co-ed scrimmage. Finally, the high-flying Titans dazzled the crowd with gravity-defying jams in the crowd-favorite dunk contest. This year, the talented men's team looks to continue its success and take it even further with two-time reigning Southern Conference Coach of the Year, Jeremy Schulman. Coach Jim Grimes leads a much-improved Lady Titans team as they look to do some serious damage in the Southern Conference. Admission is free to the Titans games, so check the schedule for the next home game and come out and support your Titans.
Halftime, we are just a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half as Celia Jimenez scored with the 33rd minute, and Iowa Western leads Monroe 1-0 in this NJCAA Women's Championship. Kelly Neff along with Derek Backman. Let's talk, Derek, a little bit about what adjustments. I mean, both these teams played so well in the first half, I wouldn't think a whole lot of adjustments would be needed, would they?
No, I think for both teams, they have to do a little bit of the same, especially for Iowa, a little bit of keeping the ball moving to their final third with extra numbers. Monroe have got a little more work to do, though. They've got to take a little bit of a challenge. They can maybe sit the first 20 minutes and play the same way they are and hopefully get a set piece, or hopefully someone does something magical that breaks down the Iowa defense. But other than that, if it goes past 20-25 minutes, I think they're going to have to play three in the back and start pushing someone forward. And if I were them, I'd push the number 4, Leona Smith, I believe. White, sorry. I think we need to push her forward because she's staying back and has not gone forward at all the entire half.
Well, these two teams obviously are very well equipped with talent. 17 wins in a row for Monroe County, counting last night's penalty kick win. And there have been 14 wins in a row for Iowa Western Reavers. As you can see their banner right there. Every team brings a banner and puts it on the fence, and one by one they get eliminated and taken off of the fence, and there they are. Those are the only two left. Well, the two teams don't go to the locker rooms. There are locker rooms available. They like to stay on the bench and talk to their coach and just kind of calm them down. It's more of a time of rest right now as these two teams get ready for the second half. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship streamed live on NJCAA TV. I'm Kelly Neff.
At Eastern Florida, I found the advantage I need and the support I want to build my future. Close, affordable, flexible programs leading me to a great job.
Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs this fall in today's fastest growing job fields of computer information technologies, healthcare, and business.
My opportunities are endless once I get my degree.
At Eastern Florida State College, apply today. for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today.
And there's the kickoff to begin the second half as the blue team, the Mustangs of Monroe, in control of the ball as they go now from our right to our left. Well, Derek, you're talking about getting about down to the 25-minute mark. If it stays 1-0, some things have to start happening. It's not panic time yet that early into the second half, but if it stays 1-0, Monroe's going to have a panic button somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. They will have to just kind of manage the game for the next 15-20 minutes, see if they can sneak a goal or two, or see if they can maybe get control of the game a little bit more. It's going to be difficult, though, with the players on the Iowa team that are very comfortable on the ball. As you can tell, just no pressure on her. Yeah, she's just picking out a pass wherever she wants. And it's going to be tough for Monroe to get ahead here. So unless they start moving players forward, it's going to be difficult.
Iowa Western trying to control the ball. It's taken at midfield. And now past far side, the blue-clad Monroe Mustang team. And back down into the midfield area. Geldeneff along with Derek Backman. A 1-0 score, as you can see, just underway in half number 2. This is the national championship. And Iowa Western trying to get control of that ball.
And Kelly, what also happens when you risk playing 3 in the back and pushing somebody forward, that's the risk you take. But on the other end of it, if Iowa can capitalize and counterattack on them, yes, you're pushing forward to try to get that equalizer, but you're also leaving yourself vulnerable in the back, and you could go 2-0 down, so there's a risk involved. That's why you don't want to do it too early.
Fans, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding the NJCAA by following us on Twitter at NJCAA. Here we go now. Ball played in just in front of us and kicked right back. No, they keep it inbounds. Nope, I guess they didn't. Ball be played into Iowa Western. These Reavers, they've also appeared in 2006. They were runner-up. 2007 they were runner-up. 2010 they finished in 5th place. And 2012 they finished in 3rd place. Of course, they won last year. Oh, that ball had so much on it, knocked one of the Iowa Western players down. Ball taken by Haley Johnson.
You can tell there the forward, Rodriguez, she was in a little bit of desperation there. She's running in on goal. There's 3 defenders to beat, nobody to pass the ball to. She just kind of toe pokes the ball through. You can just tell from her demeanor she's a little frustrated. She has no help, and you know, the attack just fizzles out.
Here on the near side, it is Brianne Richards for the Reavers of Iowa Western, and the white going from our left to our right. They have the lead, playing with, as Coach said, confidence, a lot of concentration. Now they kick the ball far side, and it will be intercepted. Here they come. Here comes Monroe quickly. Some feet tangled up there, no whistle. Ball far side, they're on the move, and there's a collision and a tackle.
That's a good, strong defensive slide tackle. But if you look at the Monroe team, they got 6 players back. 1 kind of advancing into the halfway line. They only ended up with two players in the box there, and I know fatigue's going to play a part here in the second half.
Braga getting up slowly, finally does. And the ball will be scooped up by the keeper. And Haley Johnson plays it in. Haley gets an opportunity to play the ball in, but she kicks it too far and it goes out of bounds. Geldeneff along with Derek Backman, former pro soccer player who now lives in the Tampa area, actually just north of there. Ball near side, playing it in Iowa Western. The Reavers beat Lake County, Monroe College, Laramie College, Navarro to win the national title last year. And trying to pull together another win here to win the 2nd consecutive national championship. Monroe looking upfield. Pass comes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pass far side, taken by Sosa. The Brazilian Connection. Sounds like an old-time movie. Brazilian Connection.
Yeah, let's hope the Brazilian Connection can try and connect this half and make something happen. And you see earlier there, the ball gets played into Rodriguez's feet. There's only one player supporting her out of midfield, and the pass ends up going astray. So not only is there only one player supporting her, but the pass is bad and they lose possession, and now they have to chase again. And when you play against a team that is good on the ball like Iowa is, you can chase and chase, and you just run out of steam.
Yeah. Of course, they played all those extra minutes last night while Iowa Western played. Actually, the first games, they had a full 24 hours plus to rest up. This other team did not. So not only do you play extra minutes, but you have less time to rest. But like we say, they're 19, 20-year-old kids. They don't need as much rest as us old fogies do.
That's true. That's true. They are in shape. They fit. They know what it takes to win a game physically. The problem is when you get fatigued, mental toughness takes over, and it's difficult to push yourself when your legs don't want to go anymore. And the field is big.
Here comes Rivera. Rivera kicking it far side. They don't have the numbers and they don't get the break, and the ball sails over their heads.
See, and it's a hopeful ball. Instead of that ball going over the top there, if it can go to somebody's feet, or if it is going to go through, it needs to be more on a diagonal where the forward can be running on a diagonal run and the ball can get played into the space, instead of just a looping ball over to a player that's just stationary on the edge of the box.
Never know when it's going to bounce or where it's going to bounce. You see Iowa Western, they don't loft those balls too often. Ball far side. Doing good footwork as they get it up the far sidelines and out of bounds. Well, this Monroe team, the regional final, talk about Carol Rodriguez scoring the only goal with just over 2 minutes left in the game. She also had 2 goals in their semifinal win. But she's been shut out this week. This might be the perfect time for her to start stepping up that offensive game of hers.
Yeah, and in the game last night against Eastern Florida, I felt that Eastern Florida were a much stronger team on the ball. They moved the ball much better. Monroe just did a good job of holding them off and kind of blocking all those spaces that good players like to get into around the box. Monroe did a good job there and just hung on till penalty kicks and ended up getting the win. Unfortunately, Eastern Florida, I believe, was the better team, but sometimes the better team doesn't win, especially when it goes to PKs.
Here with the ball near side, that is Rodriguez, and we just talked about. Even though she hasn't scored, still is an integral part of this team. There's the pass, coming up with it near side, getting a good position now is Braga. Braga with the kick. Nope, see it? Now she kicks it back to a teammate. Rodriguez, far side, doing a little better job with their passing right now.
Yes, definitely.
But they lose it. Ball goes right past Nicole Rivera, young lady from Washingtonville, New York. People up in Gotham probably watching and listening to the championship game here tonight. We certainly are appreciative of that. Also people from the southwestern corner of the state of Iowa. There's the lead pass, and nope, nobody's going to catch up with it. It'll be taken again by Lorina White. And the ball kicked out of bounds near side. We said to keep an eye on White, and she hasn't been as active as she was last night.
No, I think fatigue's playing a part of her marauding forward the way she likes to do. That last phase, they go 4 or 5 passes in the attacking third. The last pass that counted was off the mark, and they lost the ball. But that's what they need to do. Keep doing the same thing. Keep passing the ball well. Keep moving off the ball. And that's how you're going to break Iowa down.
Here's Christensen, young lady from Orem, Utah. Midfield, nice sliding pass. As they get on the attack, do the Reavers. Nice pass near side. Oh, what a good move, but she can't run down the ball. Finally, oh, there's another good pass as she gets it into the box, and the kick is going to be kicked wide. Nice defensive play down there.
Another nice attack from Iowa. They're spreading Monroe's defense. She had an option to play the ball down the left-hand side too. There's someone was open there. They had an option to play to Richards down the right-hand side too. and ends up with a cross in the box and a chance on goal.
Alrighty, with that wind, you saw the flag earlier as the ball's played in, tossed in near corner on the near side. See if they got any tricks up their sleeve to get their second goal. Into the box, and the defense collapses around her, so she kicks it right back out again. It's a high kick, and it's going to be headed out just barely, and kicked out of the box, and they set up the offense again. Now, here comes Monroe. Monroe with a good opportunity, but the ball's deflected. Well, they had some good numbers there. And Rodriguez and Rivera ready.
Yeah, they try to get out of the back quickly, but again, the pass goes astray, and it just breaks down again. And now they got to get back. They got to get numbers beyond the ball. They got to defend, and defending means working hard. Now with this counter attack, yeah, if they can get more numbers forward, look, you can see players walking. And now they're trying to attack with 2 or 3 players on 5. It's difficult.
And they're going to get the ball far side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the attack. Iowa Western trying to tie up this game at the 34-minute mark. Ball far side taken right away again. Kelvin along with Derek Beckman watching intently as the seconds tick off. Of course, no lead of 1-0 is ever safe.
No, it's never safe. And when you look at Iowa, when they're defending, everybody gets back except for one forwards. That's why I'm wondering why soon I would hope that the coach would push a player or 2 forward out of the back and trying to play 2 up front, and maybe go to a 3-5-2 system where you can get 5 players in midfield, get 2 forwards up front, and have, if 3 defenders can't deal with 2 forwards, you know, that needs to be done.
Near side corner, Rivera has the ball taken away from her by Lady Theriot. Lady Theriot sounds more like British royalty than it does a soccer player from Bogota, Colombia.
See, and there another rash shot. She gets 25, 30 yards out and gets a look at goal and ends up just, you know, shooting, and she's fatigued, and it just ends up rolling straight to the goal instead of trying to combine with the other players in up front.
Ball played in by the keeper. In the center circle, Iowa Western takes it and still controls it. Nice footwork. That is Katie Call. A Call, unfortunately for her, loses the ball. Here comes Braga. Braga is tripped and no whistle. Fighting, now she gets pushed down. The young lady's taking a beating.
So Braga's still got a little more kick in her step. She's taking players on. She's working hard. She's trying to create something here down the left-hand side. Earlier she was down on the right-hand side, so she's definitely a spark for them going forward. She cut out a couple of balls on the left-hand side there and tried to attack with them, but she's going to need help from teammates if Monroe are going to get back into this.
Braga playing defense, young lady from Brazil. Near side. Monroe keeping it at their end, but they're going to make Iowa Western chase it. They're going to let it go, and nope, they're not going to let it go out. Now it finally goes out. 1-0 thanks to the goal in the 33rd minute by Celia Jimenez. As you can see, the clock tick down, 31 minutes, getting fairly close to that 25-minute mark you were talking about, Derek.
Yep. And if Monroe don't start creating chances soon, you have to start seeing a change in the game. And if you don't see the game change, you've got to make a change from the bench.
Still at midfield. Iowa Western on the move. Here come the Reavers. Reavers on a pass near side, almost slipped. They get it down just in front of the box to the near side, and it's going to be the Reavers kicking it up. Baden Sports is proud to be the official soccer ball of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Baden's Perfection Elite Soccer Ball is designed with the athlete in mind. Authentic, innovative, Baden shares your passion for a better game. And just as on cue, knowing we needed a couple extra seconds, a timeout is made, or a defensive change is made. Here's the ball to be thrown in. Brandy Johnson comes in, a midfielder from Council Bluffs. You know, we keep talking about how this team's from Iowa. Only 2 players are from Iowa. All the rest are from, well, most of them from Utah. Ball played out of bounds. You can hear the players yelling on the field. Iowa Western getting that early. Well, it wasn't an early lead. It was 33 minutes into it. And a fight for that. But actually, the goal looked like it came fairly easily, but what was leading up to it was a little difficult.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the defenders going to sleep at the wrong time. And in a big game, it makes a difference. And there's a good piece of skill from Rodriguez to get out of tight space.
Yep, and she still maintains control of the ball. In the back, it is Mendez from Monarch High School right here in Florida. One that got away from the coaches around here. She's playing for a championship. Ball will be scooped up by Tiffany Martinez. And she'll play it in from her keeper position. 29 minutes left to play. Still 1-0 in this national championship game. Here comes Brianne Richards from Papillon, Nebraska. All the way into the center circle. The ball will be played in by the Monroe Mustangs. Monroe at midfield. There comes the kick. Clock showing 29, a little less than 29 minutes left to play. Long kick, headed back out by the Reavers. Reavers will clear the ball. And out of bounds it goes far side. So is Iowa Western just playing defense? I mean, they're just playing tentative. Are they still aggressive in your eyes?
Yeah, I think that they are happy to see that when Monroe get it, the play on the ball has very little help. So they get 2-3 passes and they lose the ball. So all Iowa are doing are making sure that nobody's getting in behind them. They make sure that nobody's making any silly mistakes or gives the ball away. And when they get it here like this, they're just going to move it from side to side, make Monroe run, and the more tight they get, more spaces open up, and it'll just be easier to cut through them.
It's not that they've given up on offense, it's just that they need to keep the ball away, as you mentioned, and make Monroe work a little harder than what they normally would.
Yeah, that is correct, yeah.
Ball far side, a little push, a little shove, a little running attempt to move the ball, and Iowa Western plays it in.
We're going to need a couple of individual things from some of the Monroe players here, whether it be a nice crunching tackle or some individual skill or something to lift these players. They're going to be running out of time pretty soon, and they don't look like they got a lot of gas left.
27 minutes. Ball headed back out of the box. Nice kickback. You know, the soccer department at Iowa Western, very proud of themselves. Both the men and women won the national championships last year. And the women looking, or at least they're on the verge of perhaps winning a second consecutive championship. On their side as they really spread it out.
Yeah, it's difficult to defend against a team like that spread you out, and then they have good players on the ball. And see there where she wriggles loose down the line.
So as long as they keep the ball at this end, they'll be a bunch of happy campers. Ball far side, they overrun it. But at midfield is taken once again by the Reavers. 26 minutes and some change left to play. Iowa Western didn't really show a lot of celebration moves after that win yesterday over Navarro. Not like the Monroe girls did, man. They were jumping all up and down after those PK kicks.
Yeah, I think after the first goal they cheered, and then they knew that second and third one were coming. So it was just a matter of time.
Ball far side. Iowa Western in the white. Going from our left to our right. Whistle. Foul called against Monroe. The Mustangs of Coach Jonathan Garber. It's his third year at the helm. You know, he spends his off season in the Caribbean and South America working with various clubs and academies. And that's probably how he found this Brazilian connection. All right, here's a good opportunity for Iowa Western. keep it on the ground, and it's kicked right back out again.
And you can see they tried the same free kick. The angle was a little different, but they tried the same free kick on the ground low to Jimenez, who was making the run in front of the defense. This time they saw it. What wasn't a problem, but because of the angle was a lot flatter, there was no way for her to get a shot off on goal.
Wouldn't you rather see a shot kick like that go in the air?
Yeah, I think when the angle's wider like that free kick was, to get it off the ground and curl it in towards the goalie when you have players running in on an angle, all they need is a touch, and it's very difficult for the goalie to read it when the ball's played in at speed.
Iowa Western just in front of the center circle. Gets the ball far side as they get on the attack again and lose control. It goes out of bounds. Ball played in far side. Iowa Western will do the honors, getting that goal in the first half in the 33rd minute. But here we are, Coach. We're past that 25-minute mark now, so something's going to have to happen pretty soon for this Monroe team.
Yeah, I don't know as far as the players he has on the bench, if he's got anybody with a little bit of pace or skill or just anything they can bring to the table that are going to upset this defense of Iowa. I would love to see if Lorina White has got anything left in the tank, if they can throw her up there and get her in next to Rodriguez there and try and play three in the back and try and push forward a little bit more and try get another player in the midfield and try to play 3-5-2 a little bit. That would be great to see.
Saw number 13, Stephanie Gonzalez, checking in. She played on boys teams until joining the Barca Academy club team. A little more physical, the men do down there. Well, these girls play pretty good physical soccer.
Yeah, they definitely like to get physical. The girls team, as I've noticed, are very, very committed.
Ball in the Monroe end. Oh, nice little move. There's Braga. Braga's kick is going to be wide. Haven't had a whole lot of goal kicks here in the second half.
Yeah, that was a great shot. She created space for her well with a nice outside of the right foot cut, just to create enough space to get a shot off. Not enough power on it, not enough direction. It's from 30 yards out, so the goalkeeper's got plenty of time to read it.
Haley Johnson to put the ball in play. Here's the battle for the ball. Monroe will have it deflected off of a defender. Nice little kick by Rivera, but no teammate there. Here comes Iowa Western. Iowa Western played the first game of the tournament, and they're on the last game of the tournament. Here's their last shot. One that went a little wide.
So yeah, she creates space for her, skips past the defender, and then lets fly with the laces. The technique's just not there. Some decent power on it, but the direction is to the left.
Well, of course, the wind's blowing from the far side to the near side, so when she kicked the ball, she might have thought her angle was right.
Yeah, I think she just kind of leaned back a little bit more on that. She didn't get the direction she wants, but hopefully the next opportunity will she'll be able to get a little bit closer.
Here comes Theriot from Bogota, Colombia. And the ball will be played out of bounds as we hit the 21.5-minute mark.
Okay, Kelly, so you see they've already pushed number 4 up there. So they are thinking about making a move. They've pushed her up front with Rodriguez, just the way I said, and now it's going to get interesting. Hopefully they'll be able to cut them open a little bit more and put a little bit of pressure on them and make it interesting.
Crane's pass to the far side is knocked away. That's Lorina White. I know she's been impressive to just about anybody, and maybe a shoe-in to make that all-tournament team. There you see Braga. Braga, a striker from College Metodista Americano. I don't quite say it with the right accent, but
great pronunciation.
Oh, thank you very much. Here's the ball played in far side. Here comes the corner kick. Well, here's a good opportunity for him.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get a couple of the bigger girls in there as well.
Mendez kicks it in, and it is headed, and
Goal.
it's in.
There you go.
That's exactly what they needed to tie up this thing at 1 apiece.
And it came from a set piece, and it came from them putting a little bit of pressure on the back four. They put 2 forwards up front. They put a little bit of pressure. They created a corner kick.
And here it is, right here.
The ball gets played in away from the goalie. She cannot come out. They win the first ball and just stays on sides and just flicks the ball into the corner. Very, very lucky she stayed just on side as the ball came through.
So at 20:19 left to go in the second half, it is a 1-1 deadlock.
So now it's going to be very interesting to see what Monroe do now. Are they going to leave her up, or is it going? Are they going to bring her back to the defense at 1-1? It's also going to be interesting to see what Iowa do now if they get a little nervous at 1-1 and they change their system a little bit.
Formosa with the goal. There's the pass into the near corner. So we have a 1-1 tie. So it's all of a sudden become a 19-minute game. Well, now I guess Monroe can go back and keep Lorina White off it. Here's the goal. Here's the ball played in. We'll see the goal. There it is, right there.
She gets in front of the defender. She attacks the ball. That's the right thing to do for a corner. She just plays it off her body, and she's quick enough to react to it and just flick it in. The defender came off the post just a little bit too late. Otherwise, she would have been offsides, and it's in the back of the net. And now we have a game on our hands.
Formosa right from New York City. Ball's going to be hit back out of bounds. Here at the National Championship, the Women's Junior College Division I National Championship being decided here. And the ball kicked right back out of bounds. So now Iowa Western's philosophy changes a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, now they have to worry about Leona coming up front now and play up front. And there she's receiving the ball in the box now.
And White will kick it, but it'll be right off of the stomach of a defender. Ball far side. Iowa Western trying to mount an attack. And at midfield, a little bit of trip and the ball goes out of bounds. So as you can see, right by Coach Sylvie, the Iowa Western Reavers will play it in. I don't see too many uniforms that look like that with the stripes.
Well, they look similar to Celtic from Scotland.
Yes, they do.
The stripe's a little lighter, but reminds me of Celtic.
Ball will be kicked away and into the corner. 12 minutes left to go. Of course, we've got the possibility looming that we might have our second consecutive sudden death overtime. There's the ball kicked near side, and it drifts right through the crease and out of bounds.
I'm sure the coaches are thinking about that. I'm sure the players are thinking about that. I'm sure the players are dreading it.
Oh, yeah.
But
especially Monroe.
If there's no breakthrough in the last 18 minutes here, we're going to go to extra time.
And here comes the corner kick. Oh, there's an opportunity for Iowa Western. That's not a corner kick, actually. It's just played in.
Yeah, it was a corner kick. They just played it short just to try to draw out Monroe's defense there. They were quick enough to get 2 players out to block the cross, and now they got another corner.
You can see in the background some of that construction machinery that Coach Carr was talking about, because they've got that construction going on around the facility. Here's Gowans. Gowans to play it in. High school honor roll. 4-year varsity letter winner at Orem High School in Orem, Utah. And whoops, she went one way and the ball went the other.
Little misunderstanding there on the short corner, trying to create numbers in the corner, but just a misunderstanding and didn't seem to work out.
Nope. Monroe with 16.5 minutes left to go. It gets a little bit more tricky as they play the ball into the corner. And it's headed near side and out of bounds. Playing for the championship. They'll have the awards ceremony immediately following the game. Named the all-tournament team. Some teams may have left town already. I'm not sure if they all stayed or not. I'm not sure if they're required to stay. Of course, most of them don't have their reservations till Sunday to leave because they're all thinking they're going to play on Saturday. Ball far side, Monroe. Here they come. Here comes Braga. Braga far side trying to win the battle with Christensen.
So if she can get some support from the right fullback or one of the center mids rolling out there, she doesn't have to be all by herself out there with no help. And then they can keep the ball in that final third and be able to get a cross in or a shot on goal from closer.
Braga, the freshman striker, talking to one of the referees down there. Referee's done a pretty good job. I mean, some of the fans earlier in the week didn't particularly think so. Here's the ball in the box and knocked back out again. There's the attempt and it sails high. Because I'm not sure I've met a fan yet that thinks an official has done a good job. Maybe the fan hasn't been born yet that thinks an official does a good job.
That's true. That's true. You need them. They do a good job. Nobody likes them when they make mistakes against you, but you love them when they for you.
You never, when you played, you never argued, did you?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Coaching staff's trying to figure it all out, pointing out where everybody should be.
Rodriguez has done a good job holding the ball up.
Lorina White in the box and the kick attempt, and it almost trickles off the goalkeeper's hands. Boy, oh boy, it's a good thing that wasn't a little deeper.
And that's just when you need players getting in the box. That's why I said if they can get some numbers in the box when those crosses come in, that ball is just sitting there waiting for somebody to finish.
Here at midfield, good long kick by Haley Johnson. Watch how close this comes to trickling away.
So they got numbers up. The ball gets played through on a diagonal. The forward gets there, plays it across the goal. Goalie makes a great save.
Nobody else
but
there.
Nobody there to finish it off. Iowa defender there protecting a goalie very well.
Ball on their side, kicked right back out of bounds again. Fans, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding the NJCAA by following us on Twitter at NJCAA. Ball in the backfield, kick far side. Better hurry up and go get it. Iowa Western a little slow in getting to that one. Oh, far side, just in front of the, actually between the two benches. Ball kicked out of bounds and sailed over into the next county.
So Kelly, over the last probably 10 minutes, you've seen a slight change. And even though Monroe really haven't been putting together some quality passing, they are playing most of their soccer in Iowa's half, which is where you want to be to begin with. Some shots off target and some shots gone astray, but they've already scored a goal and created 2 scoring opportunities in a matter of 10 minutes, when in the entire first half they maybe have 1 or 2 little half shots on goal.
A diving pass and broken up. Here comes Samantha Mendez, sophomore for this Mustang team. To the near side, Rivera. Rivera on the pass back out, taken by Sosa. Just 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes left to go. Somebody needs to score. Here's Crane. Crane. Back kicked out again, and then a little tumble, little tackle, but apparently, well, I guess they are gonna, no, they're gonna not stop the play.
Nope, they just play on, yep.
And it goes out of bounds. Here comes Monroe. Well, Monroe's really in the last, well, actually since about, I don't know, 5 minutes before the goal was scored, they've sort of outplayed these defending national champions.
Yes, they have. And you see now Gemma Crane, she just got a little knock on her ankle. She's done an excellent job in the middle of the field there, protecting the back 3 players for Monroe. And here we go again, and it's another corner kick.
And we're ready to go from the far side. Crane, by the way, played for the 19 and under team for the Chelsea Football Club in England from Lincoln Minster High School.
Yeah, she does a very good job of just kind of plugging up holes in the middle of the park there. She distributes the ball well. She prevents counterattacks from the other team, and Iowa almost away on the counterattack when she won that tackle there and got a little knock on the ankle. But now we have another corner kick again. Another chance to score.
Samantha Mendez, as you can see, will kick This one into the box, and the header is going to go wide as Rivera could not put it in.
That's a great ball played in. The goalie cannot come and get it.
And that'll be played in by Iowa Western. Coach Brad Sylvia again trying for a national championship for these River Pirates. And the ball will be played in right there. 1-1 tie as you see 10.5 minutes left to play. Ball kicked in, near side. The white-clad Reavers from Iowa Western trying to regain the lead. They had a 1-0 lead. Then in the 71st minute, it was Melanie Formosa tying this thing up. Ball back there to Katie Call from Preston, Idaho. All across the line, and nobody there, so Monroe will play it again. Well, you certainly in these last 10 minutes now don't want to make any mistakes.
No, you don't. This is where it's gonna get trickier.
There's the ball.
Very well timed slide tackle there from the defender. She had to be spot on, because if she missed that, that would have been a penalty kick, because I believe that was in the box. Great ball over the top. Great effort by Braga, sprinting down the right side and almost got in.
That is Kiona Christensen, an all-region team in her sophomore year, academic all-region honors while she was in high school. They got some pretty intelligent people on this team.
Well, she certainly knows.
There's the foul that's just occurred.
Yeah, she's just striding through, and the timing of the tackle is just fantastic, because just in last-minute nick of the ball, and it would have been a penalty kick.
Ball will be played in as we approach the 9-minute mark. All tied up at 1 apiece in the national championship game here from Melbourne.
So we get into a stage of the game now where players are fatigued, mentally, physically. Mistakes are going to start happening more and more. And with time running out, nerves start creeping in, and a lot can happen.
Here comes White, and she can't keep it from going long.
Another fantastic tackle to prevent the cross, but again, she's created a corner kick, and now this is the 3rd or 4th corner kick in the last 10 minutes, more than I think that they had in the entire first half.
So Kiana Christensen, see all the sweat pouring off her face, despite the wind, which would cool you down just a little bit, still working up a sweat. Here comes Mendez. They like to keep her on those corner kicks. Well, this could be an interesting play. Let's see what Mendez does from the corner. Kicks it kind of sails away. And Rivera has the ball deflected out of bounds.
Iowa did a great job of just getting 2-3 players right on the ball there as soon as it bounced loose to get it cleared.
Monroe College in the blue. Iowa Western, the defending national champions, held the lead for quite a while. They held the lead for almost 40 minutes until it was tied up by Melanie Formosa. 1-1 deadlock. Each team has scored, and well, one team in one half, one team in the other. At midfield, it's high in the air. I think it can bounce anywhere. And at midfield, there is Nicole Gowans. And a whistle. Back to Monroe it goes. We're going to take a gamble and put some people up. Get them in that attack zone, or you're going to play it conservatively here?
Who, Monroe?
Yeah.
Well, I think they've already taken the gamble, and I think what the coach is seeing is that he's seen such a difference in how they're playing, and they've got the goal. They've got 3 or 4 chances already, and it looks like he's left 3 in the back with the holding center mid just sitting in front of them, and they're already winning the ball here in midfield. And I think he's going to leave it the way it is and see it out until extra time if he can, or maybe even snatch a winner right before the end of the game.
6.5 minutes left to go. Rivera keeping the ball alive. There's White winning the ball near midfield, far side. Headed right back out, but Monroe maintains control. Some incidental contact on the far side, and here comes Iowa Western.
Yeah, I think Braga just went down a little bit easy there, trying to draw a foul, trying to get another set piece, because they've been really good at those set pieces. They bring in those big players coming forward to win the ball.
All the way back to the goalkeeper. Haley Johnson picks it up. She's ready to put it in play. Under 6 minutes left.
Yeah, you'll see players now will not take any chances about playing out of the back. You'll see in the first half, Iowa was rolling the ball out to the left and right back, and the goalie was comfortable doing that. But now with the pressure on them, now she's punting everything, and it's a battle in midfield.
Christine Reynolds, as you see on the far side. Maria Martinez ready to come in. Just one of them. The other one is Brooke Jensen, who started the other day, but hasn't gotten the starting nod here. She's the other player from Council Bluffs, Iowa, where the school is located. There's Mendez. Boy, has she ever been busy in this game. Mendez to play it in. Now the subs have been allowed to come in, and Mendez tosses the ball in. 5.5 minutes left to go. It's hit right back out again.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get this ball out of the corner here and try to get it out into the open play over to Braga on the other side there. They look for that diagonal ball into Braga there, and with her speed she can try and get through on the outside. Now Iowa got to try get forward and attack because they've been struggling the last 15-20 minutes. They just cannot put anything together.
And they're not going to this. Well, now they got it right back again. But the pass is cleared and kicked by Monroe. And we have a whistle, and Monroe will get it. The Iowa Western people down in the stands just don't seem to agree.
Well, I think he's called the first foul because she was dragged down afterwards, but I think the first foul was called. And this is not good for Iowa because it's another set piece. It's time to slow the game down, get those big girls in there. She's got to try whip this ball in right around the penalty spot there with a little bit of pace and not hang it up high where the goalie can come and get it and have players running in on a diagonal. It can even hit a defender and go in. Let's see if the delivery is good.
Mendez to kick. And that is going to sail into the box and be headed right back out again. But they're going to maintain control as Crane has it. Ball pushed away. 4 minutes left to play until a potential overtime period. And again, Monroe gets it.
Yeah, Iowa cannot keep giving away silly fouls over. Yeah, they're diving in, slide tackling, and you know, that's time just to build the ball out of the back. Big credit to Monroe. They've pressed them in their own half here in the second half. Last 20 minutes, they're creating set pieces.
Here again, Monroe to kick. Line drive kick. Rivera keeps it in the box where well, now it's going to come to the near corner. Here's the pass far side, headed right to the goalkeeper.
She just couldn't generate any power. She was going backwards. Ball was kind of looped into her. I would prefer to maybe see if she can take that down on her chest and get it onto her foot.
All far side. Here come the Reavers. Reavers pass and needs a little help. Ball goes far side as we are under 3 minutes left. Kick goes wide. Wide to the left.
Well, Iowa put together 3 passes for the first time in 15 minutes, and Richards almost got in there. If her touch was a little bit better, she would have been in because that was a great ball.
Here come the Mustangs. Still time for either team to score. Time starting to run out there. There's only 2.5 minutes to go. Monroe with a little body contact. Didn't see any flag go up.
Well, I think that was from behind. That really, I think, should have been a free kick. You can go shoulder to shoulder, but you cannot go from behind. And that looked like the defender was in playing position of the ball. So let's hope for Iowa's sake they don't give up a goal yet, because I think the ref missed that one.
Lorina White, you just saw her from Poughkeepsie, New York. Well, here's Samantha Mendez. Clock shows 2 minutes left to go. Well, if they're going to score, this is the time to do it. 2 minutes left to go in the national championship game. There's the kick right in front of the goal and kicked right back out, but there's an opportunity and it goes far. Goes far side. Boy, they had some chances there. Iowa Western with it. On the move, but the ball's kicked away and out of bounds. All the way out into that brand new parking lot. Here's the last attempt. Boy, you can see the thing bouncing around in there. There's one bounce, there's two bounces, kicked back out. Still on the attack.
Yeah, the goalie was very, very lucky. She comes out to get it and totally misses it, meaning goalie's empty. And she was lucky the ball bounced to the wrong player and it was cleared.
And at midfield, 1:07 left to play. More and more, looks like we're going to have our second consecutive sudden death overtime. Ball will be played to Iowa Western. Coach is saying, come on, come on, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Coach Sylvie trying to get his team to get that goal. We saw a goal the other day come in the last 9 seconds of the game. So obviously it can be done.
Yep, these goals can come out of nowhere.
Here's the
and
kick near side.
This is not the time to give away a goal now.
Well, it's not time to give away the ball too either. That's Iowa Western doing just that.
And you can tell the Iowa team is frustrated. They were comfortable in the first half, moving the ball with no pressure on them. As soon as they're getting pressure on them, now they're having trouble because now they're tired and they're giving the ball away, and it's cost them a goal, a big goal.
Iowa Western with an opportunity, might be their last opportunity of this second half, and it's thwarted at midfield. They start counting down the seconds, and Derek, we're going to have ourselves an overtime period. We're going to take a break, and that is the end of the second half. We will explain the overtime scenario when we return in just a moment. You're watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship, streamed live on NJCAA TV. We'll be right back.
Recently, the Eastern Florida State College men's basketball team held their 2014-15 Media Day. Expectations are high for Coach Jeremy Schulman and his team as they pursue a conference three-peat. And with the addition of Division I major conference talent, the Titans look to make a serious run at a national championship.
You know, our target's going to be on our back, and as I said, with the same notoriety and name brand we've got at Eastern Florida with recruiting, you know, that has an adverse effect at times when you play because we are the biggest game on the schedule for a lot of other teams. But I think we've got the maturity, and I think we've got the toughness to be able to handle that. The ultimate goal is the big prize. That's the big prize. So we'll start by trying to win a conference championship for the third year in a row, but you know, then winning a state and region championship, and then coming out of Florida, if you win that state and region championship, you got as good a chance as any win national championship.
To me, I think the best part of my game is versatility. I'll do anything a coach ever asks me to do. If he wants me low, if he wants me high, I'm going to do exactly what it takes for the team to win. I'm not looking just to show what I can't do. I'm going to play to my strengths, and I think me being a player from the Big Ten, I've learned that you can't do everything and you need help from other guys. So I'm going to work with everyone and play just what I can do.
Coming from a D1, coming to a JUCO, it's kind of different because it's smaller players, but at the same time, it's still the same college basketball. So Coach Schulman is preparing us every day for different situations during the college basketball season. So mentally, we're not there quite yet, but we're getting there. Every day is another step towards getting there.
On defense, I'm tough. I feel because I have to be. I have to play above my size, being that I'm 5'8", and pretty much everyone I'll go against is going to be bigger than me. So I feel I have to make up for, at least on defense, with my quickness and being tough and not letting any taller defender just push me around and thinking that they're going to get away with it. We'll give you a show. I mean, we're going to keep fighting to the end.
I think we're exciting. I think that's what fans really want. Fans want to see wins and they want to see excitement. And I think we have both of that on our team.
You're going to get a chance to watch fantastic high-level college basketball players in person. The same level of players that you see on TV and the same level of players that you will see on TV in another year from now once they graduate from us. So you've got an opportunity to see mid-major Division I, high-major Division I basketball players.
For upcoming games, check the college website. So come and support your Titans.
Oh, stoked, yeah. This is a real exciting season.
Kelton Enough along with Derek Beckman. We're ready to go for an overtime period. And, Coach, I know that's 10 minutes, but it's what they call a golden goal. So you can score first, bingo, you get to go home.
Yeah, that is true. So you have to be focused and ready from minute one. No silly fouls, especially in the final third or even in your own half. So it's a matter of being mentally tough through these next 10 minutes, focused, no mistakes, and hopefully someone can come up with some creativity on the other end to put it away and win it.
Well, let's talk about how they got this far. Celia Jimenez scoring for Iowa Western, and here's the goal right here.
Yep, she just slips it right into the space, and she takes the space, and what a great finish.
And, of course, that stayed that way until the 71st minute. Melanie Formosa for Monroe scores right here.
Yep, the corner kick coming in, winning the ball first, and it's just deflecting the ball past the keeper.
She just barely got a foot on that one. Alrighty, so it's a golden goal thing like we had last night. If nobody scores in the first 10 minutes, they play another 10-minute overtime period. And then if nobody scores, as Eastern Florida State College can attest to from last night, Derek, they go into a penalty kick situation. So what do? They have a coin toss here to see who gets the kickoff here?
Yes, yes they do, yep. They'll have a coin toss now, and then a coin toss also for the if it goes to PKs.
What do you get to choose? Is it kind of like American football where you get to choose which end you're going to defend, or is that
Yep. You get to choose whether you want to defend an end or take the ball. Yep.
All right, and then if they go to the second overtime, if it progresses that far, then it just kind of reverses, because last night I saw they kind of switched ends on the second overtime.
Right, the second overtime they just switch ends, and then hopefully we won't go to PKs. Hopefully we'll see a moment of brilliance from a player or some great passing sequence where we can release someone and score a great goal instead of it going to PKs, but that's part of the game.
Well, again, do you want to play aggressively? Do you want to play defensively? How would you attack it?
I think from Monroe's standpoint, they need to keep doing much of the same. Keep the three in the back. Keep number 4 up front. She's done a great job. She's put pressure on him. And it looks like the way where she's going now is exactly what's going to happen. So I don't think they change anything for Iowa. They in a little bit of trouble now. They cannot get out their own half. And hopefully they can capitalize on the space down the sides on the counterattack with only having 3 players in the back playing a little more central. So hopefully they can catch them on the counter. Hopefully they've had a few minutes where their coach should kind of calm them down and tell them, listen, you know, we got 10 minutes, let's settle down and let's get on the ball and play our game, because you don't want to lose a game not playing your style of soccer. And I think Iowa have struggled here in the second half.
Well, there's Iowa Western with it. They control it to begin the second half. In the white uniforms, they'll be going from our left to our right. Again, you don't want to be caught out of position as the ball comes midfield to Sosa. Kath Ellen Sosa. Far side. Iowa Western with it now. Last night we didn't have any scoring whatsoever. No goals were scored until the penalty kicks came out. So Monroe knows exactly how that feels.
Yeah, that's a sign of a well-fought game. Unfortunately, the teams did not create that much during the game, but finals are usually like that.
Iowa Western didn't have an overtime game at all this year. Monroe with that one just last night. Here at midfield, here comes Monroe. Controlling the ball, the long kick. They're trying to get it to Rivera. Rivera can't get to it, and here comes the goalkeeper to play it in. That's Haley Johnson.
Yeah, she did a good job by just reading the danger there and coming out, because if she stays on her line, it just poses a big problem for the defender, because the forward's coming in and trying to squeeze in front of her. And you can give away a penalty kick there or anything. Keeper just reads it well, comes out and does a good job.
No, Johnson, the goalkeeper, it's no wonder they wanted her to play for them. Her high school team made it to the state championships in Utah 4 years in a row.
So she's used to playing in finals.
Yes, she is. Here she comes again as she grabs the ball. Iowa Western, of course, she was I don't know, she was not the goalkeeper last year. She's a freshman. They do have a sophomore keeper, Kelsey East, who has played, actually she's played outside of goalie this year. Here comes Iowa Western. Ball gets by everybody. Somebody's going to have to run it down. The goalkeeper's going to come out of the box and is going to kick that thing away. Just didn't quite have the speed to get to it.
Yeah, the ball's just overplayed a little bit.
Martinez kicks it away. Now goes back to play as it's headed to the right of the goal. Well, as you can see, clock doesn't take very long to wind down when you only put 10 minutes up. They're already at 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, it goes quick, and when you're on the field, it flies by. You're focused on your task at hand, making sure you're covering your players and making sure you're not giving the ball away, and before you know it, the 10 minutes is gone.
Well, they're going to leave it all out there because this is the last game. They can always go home and rest a little bit.
Yep, this is it.
Yeah, the ball far side. So they say, why don't I take it easy and not work so much? Well, I'll do that when I get old. I'll just rest up then.
Well, you see, they're looking for that ball out to Braga on the right side there. And it needs to be a better ball. The idea is good, but they're just kind of turning and blindly trying to play a long ball over the top because she has some pace. But sometimes they need to just play it to her feet too and get 2 or 3 passes.
Ball gets by everybody as Iowa Western, and the pass is a little bit too far in front, and it goes out of bounds. But it plays into Iowa Western.
Yeah, well, you see an error there from the center back. Fatigue playing a part. She totally miskicks the ball, and the Iowa forward almost gets in on goal.
Whoever scores, you're going to see all the celebration and the disappointment at the other end. Iowa Western in the blue, or excuse me, Iowa Western in the white. Monroe in the blue. Iowa Western scoring in the first half. Monroe scoring in the second half. And we're now into, I won't even say the first overtime because that insinuates there's going to be 2 of them. With 5:50 left to play, there may not be a second overtime. A lot of standing around going on out there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of running. If you think of all the games they played in the last 6 days, there are going to be some tired legs out there.
Yes, there is. There has been for quite some time. Ball in midfield. Here comes Monroe. And a collision. And the whistle. Monroe will get it. Iowa Western fans think every tackle should be against the other team.
Yeah.
But those are fans. That's why they're in the stands. They pay their money. They can voice their opinion.
That's true.
Ball in midfield. We have a timeout as we have a shoe problem, so they'll stop the clock with 5:03 left to play. Kelvin Neff along with Derek Backman, former pro soccer player, who now does it on Sundays down at the park. Actually play on a team. Any of your former teammates play with you?
Yeah, a couple, yep.
But you guys dominate, don't you?
We try, yeah. We at least think we do.
You do afterwards at the pub. Boy, we dominated that one, didn't we? Here's the kick in. And that one will go far side. Monroe trying to mount the attack and fighting for the ball on the far sideline. And it goes out. Monroe will play it in. Well, they keep getting closer and closer to the goal.
Yeah, but they've got 3 players back, almost 4 players back, and even the center forward from Iowa is in a midfield position. So they can afford to get another player or 2 up there.
Here comes Iowa Western trying to win their 2nd consecutive national championship. It wasn't quite like this last year. I think it was a 3-1 game when they beat Navarro. But it won't be that way here. At the most, it'll be 2-1 or a 1-1 with penalty kicks. Approaching the 4-minute mark of period number 3, our first overtime. Far side.
They need to get some more players into advanced positions, otherwise it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, they've got 4, actually 5 that are in the middle third. They just don't want Iowa Western, apparently with their speed, they think, well, we got to keep some people back here because they could launch a long one and outrun us.
Yeah, either that or they feel confident about their penalty kick takers and they they feel that whether they're going to squeeze a last goal here or whether they're going to get a win on PKs.
Here's the ball near side. Rivera keeping it in play. And now it's ricocheted off of an Iowa Western player. And with 3:19 left to go, Iowa Western actually will play now. I thought it was ricocheted off, apparently not. I know the Monroe people thinking perhaps it was. Oh, looks like the coach got a yellow card. Apparently didn't like the yellow or the last play, the last decision made.
Yeah, he probably just disagreed with the decision and probably didn't have some kind words for the ref. So that's usually the case when the yellow card comes out, just to keep him quiet.
And ball near side will be played in once again. So the Reavers trying to advance. And the ball's going to be kicked out again. Well, they keep inching their way downfield. Pretty soon they'll be down at the other end.
Yeah, but in the first half they were taking throw-ins like this, and see they were moving the ball like this and then out to the other side quicker. Now because they're tired, the passes are slower, and it lets Monroe, and there you see another error just from fatigue, and then you see Monroe can shift quick enough, close them down, pressure, here comes the pressure again, and they've lost the ball already in their own half.
And Monroe controlling with Gemma Crane. Crane far side, ball's kicked away from her. Iowa Western, a couple of attackers down here as they get the ball down. Now they're going to use some of that
They're going to get it wide.
Here it comes. Here's Iowa Western. Fans making a lot of noise as they move the ball. Yeah, no, they slow things down. That kind of lets the defense get set.
She needs to just play it wide there and try and get to draw those Monroe players out of the middle. This is a little bit better.
There's a kick, but it's going to sail wide. A curved ball will bounce over our camera guy.
Final cross is just, the quality's just not there. They're tired. She didn't set her foot properly where she can actually curl the ball into the penalty spot area. That's just purely from fatigue. That.
Still 2 minutes left to go, a little less than that. Here comes the ball played in by Christina Jean Charles. And it comes to midfield. Fight for the ball. Rodriguez is going to be guilty of the tackle as she took down Melanie Ryrie. Ryrie, one of the defenders, but she couldn't get by her.
Yeah, just a little rash kick out. No harm done.
Ball near side, played in. As it goes into the near corner. Iowa Western has it kicked away into the box. Nobody's there. And they clear it, and nobody's back there to get it, so Iowa Western has 49 seconds to do something. Otherwise, we're going to have a second 10-minute overtime period. Into the attack zone. It goes into the box and kicked right off the backside of one of the defenders. So the fight for it, and we have a whistle and the ball to Monroe. Only 25 seconds, Coach. I think if you put some money down on 2 OTs, I think you're going to win your bet.
I think so.
Ball will be played in, but they won't even have much time to get it because there's only a few seconds left to go.
10,
Jean Charles
9,
will play it in, but
8, 7,
as she hears
6,
the countdown, she approaches
5,
the ball, and
4,
that's about all it's going to
3,
be. So we are still tied,
1,
1-1. We haven't decided anything yet. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship, streamed live on NJCAA TV. Kelly Neff, along with Derek Beckman, will be right back.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament.
for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today.
Kelvin up along with Derek Backman. I know that you noticed, and I think everybody else did, the fatigue factor setting in. Do you think it's more fatigue on Monroe's part because they went through this whole thing again last night?
No, actually, I'm surprised to see that they actually took it to Iowa in the second half and even a little bit in this first overtime period. So I'm a little surprised, maybe just from a fitness standpoint. When I talked to the coach before the game, he said he has a fantastic trainer and they make sure that the girls get a lot of nutrition, and they look like they're in pretty good shape.
Well, Breanne Richards, we've talked about her, number 20, kind of got some good advice from her mother, who convinced her to try out for the team last year, and she finally made it. She wants to be a physical therapist. So she's going to be out there for this OT. And Monroe has it, going from our left to our right. So they change ends of the field. So how do you expect these two teams to play? They're not going to change anything now, are they?
I don't think they're going to change anything. I think Monroe feel comfortable in where they are.
Iowa Western with a chance, but they have to go back and get the ball.
And I think
Oh, we're back again. A little bit of a technical glitch there, but we're back. And now the ball's going to be played in by Iowa Western. So they're still playing, as you've been able to see out there. Kalineff along with Derek Backman. Well, does one team want to play defense a little more? Does one team want to play offense? How are they looking out there?
Well, it looks like they're both kind of set up with trying to push one extra player into attack. Not too much risk involved, because they don't want to give up anything on the other end. They'd rather go to PKs and give up a late goal.
Meanwhile, the coaches are thinking about the penalty kicks and who they're going to choose to do that.
Yeah, they already trying to get their list together. Most coaches, when they get to finals, they already have a PK list. So they basically will just figure out who's in shape to take them, who is nervous, and hopefully they'll be able to pick the right player, and the player can step up and do the job.
You know, last night Eastern Florida State College got into that and changed goalkeepers for the penalty kick, so they've got to consider that as well. Ball kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, that's an interesting tactic. Normally that doesn't happen, but some goalkeepers, they just have that instinct and the knack for reading a player, and they're good shot stoppers, and they're able to save PKs, and in big games it makes a difference, as you saw last night.
Ball back out of bounds again. Monroe not losing its edge, still attacking, thinking they can beat the #1 seed. Wouldn't be much of an upset. I mean, these two teams are fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, I would say they are very evenly matched. Obviously, from a commitment standpoint and from a quality standpoint, I think Iowa's got a little more technical players that are a little more comfortable on the ball, but that doesn't guarantee a win at all.
Ball back to midfield. You can see the clock, just 6.5 minutes left to go. Penalty kicks will start immediately. Well, not immediately. It'll be a little tiny break, but we'll fill that break by being able to tell you just what the penalty kick situation is, in case you weren't with us last night. The Monroe people, the people from New York, are probably saying, "Oh, this again?" We just went through this last night. People from Iowa, though, haven't been through that. We'll have to explain that to them.
Yeah, so I think Monroe has a little bit of an advantage because they've already been through it, especially from a nerves standpoint.
Ball far side. Monroe in the blue. Iowa Western, your defending national champions. This is the NJCAA Division I National Championships from Melbourne. Melbourne, Florida, hosting it for the 4th year in a row. Coaches getting very intense on the sidelines, as you can see them work. Ball in midfield. Here is Ryrie.
Yeah, and it's important as a coach in these stages of a big game not to get too crazy yourself and yell and scream. It's important to stay calm. It's important to give your players confidence through that. You don't want to be running up and down the sideline yelling and pressuring your players, because they will make mistakes.
Very clean game. The only yellow card we've had has been on the bench. All right, here's one at midfield with 5 minutes left to play. Monroe waiting to see just where everyone is before they decide where to play this. And they kick it towards the net. Headed near side, nobody's there, but they kick it right back out again. Monroe trying to save it and keep it in play. Now they put one in the net and it's kicked up and over.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was a fantastic effort. That's a difficult skill to do on the run, and it almost went in.
Carol Rodriguez almost made up for a bit of a frustrating week. She has an assist tonight, but oh, she wanted that goal. Watch 99.
So the ball comes out to Braga. She crosses the ball in. Rodriguez moves to the ball, does a fantastic job of just trying to redirect it into that far corner. The defender's hanging all over her. It was a fantastic effort, but just not enough to drop in under the crossbar.
Well, we have a moment. I'll tell you that Baden Sports is proud to be the official soccer ball of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Baden's Perfection Elite Soccer Ball is designed with the athlete in mind. Authentic, innovative, Baden shares your passion for a better game. Let's see who this defender player is. I want to thank the whole crew here. I mean, they've been through it all tonight with all the replays and the close plays and the little glitches that we've had. They've put on a good performance for us. All right, here's a different angle on that last shot.
So here's Braga retrieving the ball. Before she gets pressured, she gets in an early cross. Rodriguez is moving in towards the ball. Excellent skill to turn and lift that over.
Neither of them did anything wrong. There's a little, looks like a calf injury.
Yeah, I think she just got a knock there, but you see a lot of the players are stretching and they're having cramp. Smith's having White's having cramp there. The girls are rubbing her calf muscles, etc. So it's just a matter of seeing out these last 4.5 minutes and see who has the nerves of steel in the PKs.
Melanie Ryrie going off, as you see some of the crowd seated for the moment, for the most part, but they'll be up and cheering if their team gets a goal. We're in the second OT. Nobody's scored yet since the 71st minute.
And Monroe are happy just to play those long balls in there. They got a free kick in their own half and they just launched the ball in, trying to get numbers in the box, hoping for a ricochet or a loose ball to just land in the right spot at the right time.
Well, Monroe nearly had it a moment ago, going for that upper 90, but just missed it. Here they come again. Ball in the box. Goalkeeper's going to be actually going to have a little collision.
Oh, we have a penalty kick.
Yes, we do. Goalkeeper coming out. This is going to be interesting, okay?
Yeah, long ball over the top with Braga's pace. She gets in front of the defender. The goalkeeper has to come out, make a huge decision, and when a goalkeeper makes that decision, she's got to win the ball. And getting there just late, she didn't get it.
All right, here comes the play.
The ball gets played over the top. Braga gets in there just before keeper takes her out. She didn't play the ball, neither did the keeper, but she played the player, and we have a PK here in the last few minutes. This is huge.
Now, does Braga have to take this, the offended player?
No, anybody can take it. I'm surprised she's actually taking it, unless she's, you know, the PK taker on the team. Usually when you get injured, you don't want that same person to take it. But if she feels confident and she feels good up, but there, see, she's handing it over to Rodriguez now.
Rodriguez.
So maybe she felt she wasn't quite with it after that knock from the keeper.
Okay, here she goes. This could be it right here. Monroe with a penalty kick.
It's important for the defenders to follow up here and clear this ball if the keeper does make the save. The Iowa defenders have to block them off. You see the refs talking to them now.
Season could end right here.
Nerves of steel. She's got to put it away.
Carol Rodriguez shoots and scores the goal that gives Monroe the championship. Carol Rodriguez getting the championship goal as an assist and a goal to win the national championship, coach, and beat the defending national champions.
Yeah, it was a fantastic finish too.
Here we come, the replay right here. This looked easier than what it should.
She just calm, collected, looks up, puts it right in the far corner. Keeper's gone the wrong way. Goal, national champions. Game over.
In the 106th minute, Carol Rodriguez scores. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship, streamed live on NJCAA TV. We're right back.
Recently, the Eastern Florida State College men's basketball team held their 2014-15 Media Day. Expectations are high for Coach Jeremy Schulman and his team as they pursue a conference three-peat. And with the addition of Division I major conference talent, the Titans look to make a serious run at a national championship.
You know, our target's going to be on our back, and as I said, with the same notoriety and name brand we've got at Eastern Florida with recruiting, you know, that has an adverse effect at times when you play because we are the biggest game on the schedule for a lot of other teams. But I think we've got the maturity, and I think we've got the toughness to be able to handle that. The ultimate goal is the big prize. That's the big prize. So we'll start by trying to win a conference championship for the third year in a row, but you know, then winning a state and region championship, and then coming out of Florida, if you win that state and region championship, you got as good a chance as any to win a national championship.
To me, I think the best part of my game is versatility. I'll do anything a coach ever asks me to do. If he wants me low, if he wants me high, I'm going to do exactly what it takes for the team to win. I'm not looking just to show what I can't do. I'm going to play to my strengths, and I think me being a player from the Big Ten, I've learned that you can't do everything and you need help from other guys. So I'm going to work with everyone and play just what I can do.
Coming from a D1, coming to a JUCO, it's kind of different because it's smaller players, but at the same time, it's still the same college basketball. So Coach Schulman is preparing us every day for different situations during the college basketball season. So mentally, we're not there quite yet, but we're getting there. Every day is another step towards getting there.
On defense, I'm tough. I feel because I have to be. I have to play above my size, being that I'm 5'8", and pretty much everyone I'll go against is going to be bigger than me. So I feel I have to make up for, at least on defense, with my quickness and being tough and not letting any taller defender just push me around and thinking that they're going to get away with it. We'll give you a show. I mean, we're going to keep fighting to the end.
I think we're exciting. I think that's what fans really want. Fans want to see wins and they want to see excitement. And I think we have both of that on our team.
You're going to get a chance to watch fantastic high-level college basketball players in person. The same level of players that you see on TV and the same level of players that you will see on TV in another year from now once they graduate from us. So you've got an opportunity to see mid-major Division I, high-major Division I basketball players.
For upcoming games, check the college website. So come and support your Titans.
Oh, stoked, yeah. This is a real exciting season.
Right in the middle of the field, you see the celebration continuing thanks to Carol Rodriguez's kick with the 106th minute as she wins it for this Monroe team. The Monroe Mustangs, her 21st goal of the season. The Reavers finishing second. As we have the highlights, first of all, the penalty, which resulted in the penalty kick. There you see the penalty as the goalkeeper is going to come out and make the collision with Bronzer right there. That results in a penalty kick. They decide they're going to have Carol Rodriguez do it. Number 99 with the kick to the left of the net, and in it goes. That's your national championship kick, and the winner from Monroe. There you see the teams are coming over to the fans, and the what fans they are that are here from Monroe, and there are apparently just a few as we get set to talk to some of the players and the coaches on this championship level. Then they will come to the Sportsmanship Award, the all-tournament team, naming the offensive MVP, the defensive MVP, and the coaches as well. Then the presentation of the trophies as the tournament concludes with Game 15 here tonight. All right, down on the field we have Derek Bachman. Let's take a look and see what he has to say. Derek?
Coming up for your graphics. 17 will be the guest player. Go. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how do you feel about being national champions?
Proud, very proud. It's an amazing feeling. But to be honest with you, I'm not. I hate to sound. I don't understand. That might make it sound the wrong way, but I'm not surprised. We talked about doing this. We talked about this moment from the beginning of preseason. We made a commitment that we would be here and that we'd finish the job, and we took all the necessary steps to do it. And we're here now. We kept our word. I'm proud of that.
What do you attribute the big win to when the game changed in the second half?
The players. Not just the players on the field, but the players that were on the bench. All match long, they were continuously giving energy, support. That positive energy is something we talk about all the time in our program. And it doesn't just come from our players on the field or on the bench. It starts with our college, the Jerome family, who supports us and believed in me as a coach in our program and give us everything that's necessary for us to succeed and allow us the liberty to run the kind of program that we want to run. And it's amazing for the players. The players are the ones who deserve all the glory for this. They've committed themselves to this program. They've been loyal to this program. And they believed in their coaches, and they believed in our philosophy, and they've taken this program, and they've earned this national championship.
What about the leaders on the team and where they go from here now?
Well, I can't speak enough about our captains. Melanie Formosa, Christina Jean Charles, Anna Carol Rodriguez. 3 players. Melanie was with us. This is her 3rd year. Christina and Anna Carol, 2 years. They've been through everything with this program, and now they're going to be moving on to top NCAA programs. Any program that is fortunate enough to have them, their program is going to get exponentially better just because of those players on their team.
So how do you build the program from here, and what would the goals be for next year, of course?
Goals for next year aren't simply to repeat as national champions, but to be better. I mean, every year we talk about, since we started this program 3 years ago, Division I, we've gotten progressively better every single year, and it's not over. I mean, the battle never ends for us. We talk about that all the time, that regardless of whether we have a good session or regardless of whether or not we win a big match, it doesn't matter. It's always about the next challenge, and the next challenge is tomorrow getting back to the office and making sure that my players go on to the best programs around the country and recruiting, and that's what we're going to do.
And what about going down that goal in the first half, and you were able to change your formation a little bit? Can you tell me a little bit about how that changed for you?
Sure. We're really not accustomed to being down, and Iowa Western, give them credit. They pounded us for the first 20 minutes, and they really made it difficult. What we did was we saw that we weren't getting enough of what we needed going forward. We pushed our center back, Lorina White, unbelievable player, in my opinion, one of the best players of the tournament. We pushed her high up the field to play alongside Anna Carol Rodriguez to give us a little bit more speed up top, a little more dynamic movement. We pushed Gemma Crane, another phenomenal player, back into center mid to help us kind of solidify things and slow down their midfield, because their midfield was really touching the ball really nicely. And we were just able to take advantage of the wind and play more direct when we had the wind, and we were able to keep the ball on the floor. In overtime, when we saw that, we wouldn't have the wind at our backs, and we can play football, we can play direct. We didn't play the way we wanted to in the first half, but again, just give the credit to the players. They did what they said they were going to do all season. That's never stop working, never stop pushing.
Right, because in the first half, Iowa had a lot more of the game, and then as soon as you pushed that extra player up, it changed for you. What about the fitness and the fatigue level? Do you think that affected you guys throughout the game?
Yeah, it made us focus in harder. It made us push through the wall even stronger. I mean, we knew that it would be a battle physically today. We went through a battle yesterday against the home crowd, the home team. And but again, I said it before, our trainers are unbelievable. Our players are disciplined, and they understand the importance of being prepared for this moment. I mean, all year long, they've been eating right, training right. They believed in their weight training program and their recovery program. And, you know, we knew that it was going to be a battle, but as soon as we went to overtime, to extra time, we knew it was our game because we've been here before, we've done it before, and I'll put our fitness level against anybody. I don't care how many extra times we play. We'll play anybody on the field after 90 minutes. We're good. We're ready to go.
So how do you celebrate now when you go home?
Honestly, I want to celebrate with my players. They're my players. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, congrats. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
For Iowa Western, number 4, Nicole.
How do you feel right now about being national champion?
I mean, I can't explain it. Last year I came here with my team. I was on an ACL injury, and now to be back with practically the same team and win it against the team that beat us the first game of the season, I mean, it's amazing. You can't describe it.
So what are you and your teammates are going to celebrate? How would you do that when you go home?
I can't even begin to explain. I mean, we're in Florida, beats the cold weather of New York City. I mean, we're probably not going to sleep tonight. It's the best feeling in the world.
For Eastern Florida.
How did you feel the game changed in the second half for you guys?
I feel like with the win, we got more momentum. We pushed our center back forward. That's what we needed. And, I mean, the game changed. We were composed. We weren't just kicking direct balls. We were trying to find feet. And, you know, we kept pushing, shoving it down their throats. And, you know, we got a goal, and that just lifted us up. And we knew once we went into extra time, we experienced that yesterday, that we were totally in the right mindset.
So how do you feel as the captain of this team to be a national champion?
I mean, being a captain, I mean, I'm the face, but I owe it all to my players. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Alrighty, so seeing Melanie Formosa, the young lady that tied up the game in the 71st minute from New York City, sometimes they just don't have enough words to talk about the championship. We're going to take a break. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship, streamed live on NJCAA TV. I'm Kelly Neff.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament.
For new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today. Look to the east to what lies ahead at Eastern Florida State College. Great careers in today's fastest growing job fields of business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs this fall. Eastern Florida. Explore. Achieve. Succeed. Apply today.
Well, the Monroe Mustangs winning the national championship, getting the defensive player of the tournament in their goalkeeper Tiffany Martinez, and the offensive player of the tournament in their forward Carol Rodriguez, who had an assist and a goal in this one. The goal coming right there at the end. Each team scored, one in the first half, one in the second half. Then we had the overtime period. Here's the first one. This is Jimenez for Iowa Western as she scores in the first half in the 34th minute, and it gets right by the keeper, who reached out with the right hand but couldn't quite get it. That gave them a 1-0 lead. Then in the 71st minute, here's Melanie Foremost. Here's the penalty kick that wins the whole thing, and that is the championship victory right there. See them celebrate. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship. It is streamed live on NJCAA TV. More coverage coming up here from Melbourne right after this.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament.
For new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Eastern Florida. Apply today. Look to the east to what lies ahead at Eastern Florida State College. Great careers in today's fastest growing job fields of business, computer information technologies, and healthcare. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs this fall. Eastern Florida. Explore. Achieve. Succeed. Apply today.
Kelly Neff back here at the field where the Monroe Mustangs have just won the national championship to finish the year 18-1-1 and avenging their only loss of the season, losing to Iowa Western and beating the defending national champions, who finished 21-1-1 for the year. We heard from Coach Jonathan Garber. We also heard from Melanie Formosa, who got that tying goal, and Derek is waiting with a couple of other people to talk to as well. The winning goal, Carol Rodriguez on a penalty kick, who defeated the goalkeeper. Let's go back downstairs, and here's Derek again.
Hey, so how do you feel about being a national champion?
It feels amazing. It's been a long time coming. We worked it since last year. We've been working, and it's just, we knew we had it. From the second preseason started, we said we were going to be the last team standing, and here we are, and it feels amazing.
What kind of work from the beginning of the season to now did you guys have to do to get here?
Eat right, sleep. Like, we basically took out every distraction from our lives and everything. We all committed each other, ourselves to this program, and honestly, it paid off, so it's amazing.
How do you feel about how you turned the game around from the first half to the second half to get that win?
Sadly, we're a second half team, but we're proud of it now. And honestly, we knew we had it. We calmed down, we relaxed, we worked the ball around, and we knew from the second we looked in someone's eyes if they were tired or not. And the second overtime came, we knew we had them. So it was a great feeling that we were able to get it in, and everybody just worked hard. They gave everything they had every second of the moment of the game.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, they had a nice run going, 17 wins in a row heading into tonight, and they avenged their only loss way back on September 6th. Iowa Western Community College defeated this Monroe Mustang team 1-0. That's been the only blemish on their team this entire year as they finally got themselves a national championship, and they did it in the coach's third year as the head coach, as Coach Garber has actually put together some pretty good players to win this championship. It all started out in the first half with Celia Jimenez, and then a tying goal by Melanie Formosa, and the winner by Carol Rodriguez. We have a few of the highlights, which is going to be going down in history. Here's one as the goal attempt was hit off of the top of the goal. Other attempts and the save by the goalkeeper, and a nice save that time by Haley Johnson for Iowa Western. There's another save attempt by Johnson as Monroe got themselves a few opportunities to score. And here's the first goal as it went right in the left side. That is the goal by Jimenez, the only goal that Iowa Western would score in this game. Then comes the second half as they went into the locker room all tied up at 1 apiece. The two goals, actually the first one coming in the 33rd minute, second one coming in the 71st minute, as Melanie Formosa, who talked with Derek just a moment ago, gets it right there and gets the kick in right at the corner to tie up the game at 1-1. Then we went through a scoreless overtime period before this particular play. Here's what preceded it as the goalkeeper comes out, makes a collision with Gabriela Braga, and here comes the penalty kick. They elect to have Carol Rodriguez do it right here. She'll find the corner open and beat the goalkeeper, and that's your winner. So Monroe, as we mentioned, 18-1-1. Boy, they're going to say goodbye to a bunch of talented players. We talked a lot about Lorina White. She was a sophomore. She played a lot tonight. Gemma Crane will be gone. Kimberly Salas will be gone. Stephanie Gonzalez will be gone. Melanie Formosa has said goodbye now to women's soccer at Monroe. Samantha Mendez is gone. Also, you have Christina Jean Charles and Carol Rodriguez. But then again, there's some good ones. Tiffany Martinez, your goalkeeper, is going to be back for next year. As some other players who started, Nicole Rivera is going to be back. Also, freshman Gabriela Braga is going to be back. Kathleen Sosa is going to be back. So it looks like Coach Garber's got a little recruiting to be done, but they really have a lot of people coming back from next year. Well, we certainly want to thank Derek Backman for joining us and going down on the field and talking to some players who are pretty giddy about winning the national championship. Your national champions right there on the middle of the field as they are all gathered together to thank whomever is the supreme being in their life, including their head coach, Jonathan Garber, and all of the people who made this thing possible. We want to thank our whole crew. Also, we want to thank Jeff Carr, the athletic director for the school at Eastern Florida State College, and all the people who helped us during the broadcast throughout the entire week. Again, it's a 2-1 win in double overtime. It came with the clock showing 4:06 left to play in the second period. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Championship streamed live on NJCAA TV. Good evening. I'm Kelly Neff.
Recently, the Eastern Florida State College men's basketball team held their 2014-15 Media Day. Expectations are high for Coach Jeremy Schulman and his team as they pursue a conference three-peat. And with the addition of Division I major conference talent, the Titans look to make a serious run at a national championship.
You know, our target's going to be on our back, and as I said, with the same notoriety and name brand we've got at Eastern Florida with recruiting, you know, that has an adverse effect at times when you're playing because we are the biggest game on the schedule for a lot of other teams. But I think we've got the maturity, and I think we've got the toughness to be able to handle that. The ultimate goal is the big prize. That's the big prize. So we'll start by trying to win a conference championship for the third year in a row, but then winning a state and region championship, and then coming out of Florida, if you win that state and region championship, you got as good a chance as any to win national championship.
To me, I think the best part of my game is versatility. I'll do anything a coach ever asks me to do. If he wants me low, if he wants me high, I'm going to do exactly what it takes for the team to win. I'm not looking just to show what I can't do. I'm going to play to my strengths, and I think me being a player from the Big Ten, I've learned that you can't do everything and you need help from other guys. So I'm going to work with everyone and play just what I can do.
Coming from a D1, coming to a JUCO, it's kind of different because it's smaller players, but at the same time, it's still the same college basketball. So Coach Shum is preparing us every day for different situations during the college basketball season. So mentally, we're not there quite yet, but we're getting there. Every day is another step towards getting there.
On defense, I'm tough. I feel because I have to be. I have to play above my size, being that I'm 5'8", and pretty much everyone I'll go against is going to be bigger than me. So I feel I have to make up for, at least on defense, with my quickness and being tough and not letting any taller defender just push me around and thinking that they're going to get away with it. We'll give you a show. I mean, we're going to keep fighting to the end.
I think we're exciting. I think that's what fans really want. Fans want to see wins and they want to see excitement. And I think we have both of that on our team.
You're going to get a chance to watch fantastic high-level college basketball players in person. The same level of players that you see on TV and the same level of players that you will see on TV in another year from now once they graduate from us. So you've got an opportunity to see mid-major Division I, high-major Division I basketball players.
For upcoming games, check the college website. So come and support your Titans.
Oh, stoked, yeah. This is a real exciting season.
Eastern Florida State College is proud to host the NJCAA Division I Women's National Soccer Tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Our 9 varsity sports feature nationally ranked teams, superior coaches, and All-American student athletes, and are the most among the 23 schools in the Florida College System's Southern Conference. Athletics is an integral part of life at Eastern Florida, and we welcome everyone participating in the national tournament.
For new bachelor and associate degree programs in today's fastest growing fields of business, computer information technologies, and healthcare, look to the East. Eastern Florida. Apply today.